All right, so we're live. So Jay walked away for a little bit. Mike is actually at DJ's house. They're working on, I think he's working on drawers or something, right, for a shop.
Oh yeah.
Where his friend DJ has a CNC machine. So Northeast Mike is out there doing that. So he said he'll join us a little bit later. He came in earlier and we hung out for a little bit just to test everything, but it's working fine. So he went out, to do stuff. I think he went out to have pizza or something with his family to take an intermission. But he'll be back later in the broadcast. And then Jay is there. I'm going to text him actually because I don't think he realizes that we're on.
I texted him already, but he's still not responding.
He's probably in the bathroom knowing Jay. So yeah, thanks for joining. I have the chat up over here. I have like 3 monitors all set. Let me know if for whatever reason you know anything goes out, like because my audio, my battery may die or something. I'm using my wireless microphone here and stuff. So and I have my headphones on. I don't like using the Q-tips like everybody else does, right? With iPods. I have the this is actually by Jabra, and I try to get them flesh colored, so it looks like a hearing aid, but it's actually my really awesome Bluetooth headset. Oh, Cool Kitty Deb said she had, or he or she, I don't know if Kitty, I'm assuming it's a woman, a female lady friend, had your web muted, you said? And CC Games, I agree. That's Kevin from CC Games. He has a store out in Ohio. Awesome guy. He does a stream also. Check out his channel. He's on John's Arcade. If you guys have ever seen John's Arcade Video Game Outsiders, where he's the game store guy. That's CC Games, Kevin. So he's on. Yeah, I actually fixed the monitor for him. I mailed him a chassis. He mailed it to me and I mailed it back, a GL7, which we fixed for his machine. It's pretty cool. But he agrees. He said OBS sucks. It really does. It's free, so you can't even complain, right? It's not like we can go pound on Microsoft and say, hey, why is this not working? It's probably Microsoft actually too.
Now.
So we all went, when was it? Like on Saturday? That was this week too. It seems so, it was a week ago now.
Yeah, a week ago.
So that Tim guy is he's actually over there now at Free Play Arcade. He's probably gonna join us a little later. He said he's gonna join in live. So he's gonna be at Free Play tonight. I don't think Jay's able to get on Saturday. It's super busy on Saturday. It's crazy. I'm expecting it to be even crazier tonight. It was pretty crowded when we went. But like I was saying in the video, where was it? Rhode Island 100% lifted their, their closing and their mandate that they had, where they had to be like, the machines had to be apart. They had, they still have hand sanitizer and they clean them and stuff. But they're all together now, and no one has to wear masks in the establishment, which is bonkers. It makes you feel weird at first. If you're vaccinated like we are, we're fine. There's less of a risk, but I would have to guess that a lot of people were vaccinated that went there, but that's what I say in my head, right? Hopefully. But there's Jay. What's going on?
Making brownies.
Oh, I thought you were making brownies in the bathroom. But yeah, so somebody watched chat. I'm actually looking at it right here, but go ahead. What'd you say, Jay? Yeah, you gotta, here, I'll ask you to unmute. There you go. I just did it live with everyone. There you go, Jay. So now we're completely unmuted the whole time. We should be good. Awesome.
Where's Mike?
He said he'll be back later. DJ actually jumped on and said that he went out to dinner with his family to get pizza really quick, and he'll be back soon. So he'll join us later. He's fine. He's on the road anyway, so it's not like he's home. But yeah.
So wait, are we done with the premiere?
Yeah, the premiere was only 30 minutes today, so people liked it. They thought it was cool. I hope they did. Don't forget to hit the like button on there, and it was cool. Jay invited us over. He invited me over a while ago. This is a couple of years ago, actually, and we just never reconnected. Then COVID happened, the pandemic, so he thought it'd be a good idea. I think Tim helped out in that as well, where Tim was able to, arrange his schedule, and then we all did it, right? Like Troy flew out from Virginia. Jeff and I drove, from down here. Jay, you drove because you were already up there. You had a trip in Cape Cod, so it's pretty cool.
Yep. We just got back today.
Nice.
Yeah. Well, you did, right? Yeah, so you must be tired, dude.
Wait.
Yeah.
Jay, I got a question for you.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, Jason.
For Jay? Yeah.
Yeah. You posted a picture the other day of you guys fishing. But I mean, it looked like you were wearing like winter gear. Was it like cold where you were or something?
Dude, the first day out, we think I may have had hypothermia.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Because it was like 90 degrees here that day in Jersey, and I'm like, holy cow, is this an old picture or something?
No, it did get warm, but I mean, that's a whole nother story, dude. I was cold. I was
Well, the
freezing
water's
that
cold.
day.
The water's cold, so it blows off of it. It's like air conditioning. And
Well,
it was.
what happened was I had a leak in my waders, so all my skin tight stuff that you wear under your waders, like your base layer, it got wet, and I was in it for like 5.5 hours. And we had wind, and it was like 45, 50 degrees out. So by the time we got home that night, dude, I was miserable. So, but that's got nothing to do with arcade stuff.
You peed yourself.
Yeah, well, it kind of does, because the reason we all got together was because of you. Because you're like, hey, I'm going to going up north. Why don't we hit Fun Spot and, Free Play Arcade in Rhode Island, 2 different states. And Mike's in New Hampshire. He's not here now to talk about it, but he basically ushered you guys to Fun Spot because you guys had never gone. I had never gone either, and I couldn't make it. I can only do Saturday, so I didn't go. I still haven't gone yet, but I'm sure I'll do a video on that in the future, But yeah, so how was Fun Spot? Let's talk about that. You guys, was it everything expected or what?
It was fraught with peril for poor Troy in dealing with JetBlue, his credit card company, and everything else. But he actually beat me up there to Mike's. Flew up from Richmond, and then I drove after having already driven 5 hours that day to get to the Cape. Then dropped my wife off, and I drove another 188 miles north for 3 hours to meet up with Troy, Brian, and Mike, and this guy Jeff that's a friend of Mike's at Fun Spot. So
it was a blast, though. It was worth it. I mean, yeah, it took a little doing getting there, but once we were there, it was definitely worth it. None of us had been there before, other than Mike and Brian had been there before.
Oh, Brian met us there too. I forgot about that.
Yeah, I would say the one positive of COVID, like Troy just said, none of us had ever been there before, and New Hampshire, being the live or die state, they were no masks, nothing, but we essentially had the entire classic arcade section of Fun Spot to ourselves. There was 345 games and nobody but us to play them, which was pretty freaking fantastic.
Yeah, that's awesome. Like at Free Play, it was pretty crowded, actually. I was surprised how crowded it was. We had the arcade open. He opened early for us, and we had a few hours just to mess around. So that was cool. But then once it got packed, like around 11:30 when I left, it was even more packed like when you left. You left early in the night. Yeah. It was ridiculous, So I was really happy for him, because it kind of hurt his business, him and his partner, who has the dance club upstairs or whatever in the bar, all of last year was like, 50% or less. And sometimes at the beginning they were closed altogether. Yeah. So I'm just glad that it was better for them.
I said
so
this.
Hopefully the vid helped. Yeah.
I said it to Troy, and I think I said it to you guys as well. As collectors, right? Like you always hear about Fun Spot. There's tons of events that have been held there. The Bro Fests were done by John and the arcade hangout guys in the past, and it's an iconic destination, and it's kind of like this mecca, I think, that everybody wants to go to. Kind of the same way that that Grinkers was before Steve had to close, and the way Galloping Ghost is for Doc Mac and all that stuff. So it's right up there as one of those icon destinations for those of us in the hobby. With that said, if I had had my choice after having been to both Jay's place, at Free Play and up there, I would have spent 2 days at Free Play. Fun Spot was awesome. It's really cool. Like Lake Winnipesaukee, where it is in Laconia, it reminds me a lot of Lake George in New York. Very touristy place. I can see why Fun Spot became what it is. It definitely gets tourism dollars at the height of the tourism season, but has this other iconic destination associated with it for collectors. But I was personally surprised that that, there were a lot of games on the floor that were broken, that were not on, a lot of monitors that were blown out, and unplayable, is what it made some of the games, like games you really wanted to play, like Tron and some others. Whereas with Jay's place, like everything was like top notch, I thought, when we went to free play. And I loved it. I loved both places, don't get me wrong. I would happily go back to free play. And Jay having his place, it's kind of like this new thing in this new age of retro arcade gaming. But I just thought Jay's place was fantastic. Loved Fun Spot. I would probably go again. I would definitely go to free play again.
Yeah, well, you know what? Half a Fun Spot I hear is like the tournaments that they have. So like they have all these A+ players that go and like they do really well. Like I heard that's when it's really hopping, where you have a lot of people there. Yeah. I've never been, so I don't know. I've never experienced it, but based on what people say, they say like that's half the allure, is like seeing, I don't know if you saw this or not. Do they still have like a high score wall or something with people's names on it and stuff? Did you guys see that at all?
I don't recall seeing that. I mean, I saw there was a lot of games that had been donated and whatnot. They were given recognition for those. But I haven't heard of any tournaments lately. I don't know if they're still doing those or not.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, I didn't dislike it. I loved it. I was so excited when I pulled into the parking lot and, I met Troy there and Mike and the guy. It was excellent, dude. Great place. I would definitely say if you're into this hobby, you have to go there. And maybe it's like you said, Del, maybe because we were there and it was just so quiet with nobody in the arcade playing and it was just us. Maybe it lost a little bit of that feel that you would.
Well, yeah, it's kind of like when you go to Premiere, right? Like I remember seeing Batman when that first came out way back when in the 80s. It's like was that 89 that they came out? I can't remember. But anyway, if you watch that in the theater by yourself, it's a good movie, but you're like, it was okay. But like I've been to premieres where like everybody's into it, and like when something happens, everybody goes, oh, like you get that ambience around you, just the feel of everything. It's really cool. So I'm sure, something like that would be cool to have.
I mean, we were talking our own trash with each other when we were playing games, and the Troy and I were pretty similar in some of our approach to some. Like that's definitely one thing about Fun Spot, I would say, is they had some very unique titles that you don't necessarily get at free play, and there's a reason for that, right? Jay is not going to put a $5,000 prototype or some one of 1,200 game on the floor that's going to get beer spilled on.
He talked about that. He was like, I don't want to put the best game. They don't do well.
I spilled the beer on Mappy at Jay's. I'm going to throw myself under the bus. Like I could not like that spilled a beer, but it's a perfect example of why those types of games are not at free play, but they are at Fun Spot. I mean, there were some games at Fun Spot, like stuff that I've seen pictures of, never had a chance to play. So like Troy and I, we're like running around like throwing tokens in the game, not even finishing the game, like playing like 30 seconds of the game just to feel the game dynamic in the play. And like, all right, next let's go. So
I mean, that's one thing I'll say about Fun Spot. Is that the value? I mean, it was a good value. I mean, $20, you got 125 tokens. Most games only took one token. So yeah, you're not gonna have time to play every game. So like Jay was saying, we would just go in there and just throw a token, play a little bit. If we didn't feel it, go on to the next. You didn't lose much. So you almost felt like a donation. So.
Well, it's funny because I think we get desensitized because we all have like pretty awesome arcades at home. So like any other kid, if you were a little kid, you'd be savoring every little coin, going, "Ooh, I want to play this as long as possible," Yeah, it's cool. I mean, I definitely want to go for sure. But Jay is like he was saying. Well, go ahead.
No, go. You finish.
Well, Jay was saying in the video, he kind of touched on it, and I talked to him on the side about it, that he doesn't have his sit downs there because he did at one point, and he said it wasn't worth it where they were getting destroyed. Like, they're constantly, people were spilling stuff on it or messing things up. He'd find something wrong every time. And then also, collectors love games. Like, if you go to CAX, right? Like, Jeff knows all about CAX. You see these games that are, like, really rare. People are going to play that. It's gonna be awesome because people realize how rare it is. Oh, I've never seen this, and they play it. But if you're at, like, Jay's place, there's just normal people that are more casual players that just want to hang out and their kids or whatever, and they have like the bar. So he said it's not worth having it because they really, at the time when he used to charge per game, per play, they didn't really make much money there. And he even said at the hangar it's the same deal. He'll really just like the really popular ones like Pac-Man, Galaxian, Galaga, those do really well versus like, Puyan or something like that, which people like, but they're not as played.
Yeah,
So
you can see
Yeah,
that.
Jay had a
through
couple
the earlier
cockpits
videos
there.
Of John's videos when they first started doing the hangar. They had a lot more classics in there than the later videos when they showed the hangar. There was a lot more 90s and 2000 machines.
yeah, because those are more popular, the beat 'em ups. But yeah, like Troy was saying, he did have a couple. I didn't realize this, and I didn't film it as much, and I kind of regret it. I should slap myself like on my wrist because they had a sit-down outrun that I realized I didn't shoot. He had a sit-down deluxe outrun, and I didn't even play it, and I didn't shoot it. And I'm like the outrun guy, and I love that game.
Tell him, Troy.
Shame on me.
Yeah, tell him.
Yeah, I played the one at Jay's, but also played the one at Fun Spot too. They had the other version of the it was like the super deluxe version.
The hydraulic one?
Yeah. Yeah, they had that at Fun Spot. That was pretty cool.
And right across from it, they had the deluxe afterburner with the articulating cabinet that you get inside. I played that. So
wow. Did they have Space Harrier too?
They did, but it wasn't working. So that's another example.
Well, I mean, Rob just bought one now, and he's working on it. It fully works, but he did have issues with audio, which he fixed. So
Their Space Harrier at Fun Spot is the hydraulic one.
Oh, and that wasn't working. Yeah. That would be cool to see. If you played that, you probably would like it.
Yeah. Well, that's a good point, right? So there were several games I got to play at Fun Spot that I know are high dollar, high sought after games by collectors that demand like crazy prices when they're, up for sale on Marketplace or whatever. And I'm glad I got to play some of them because I walked away from them and I was like, yep, never going to buy that game. Like, yeah, that's cool. I'm glad somebody else likes it, but not worth my money because it didn't have that replayability. And I'm not going to just have it to say, oh, I have that title in my collection.
Yeah. That's why I'll never own Computer Space for that reason. I can't stand playing that game. I think it's dumb. I understand the historical value of that game and having it, it's cool. But for the price tag that it's going at right now, I'd rather just oh, there's Mike. I'd rather just play it at the museum that I volunteer at. They have one, so that works.
They had one, and Troy and I walked past it. He's like, "You want to play it?" And I was like, "No."
Jason!
What's up, man?
Hi.
Hey, what's going on? Oh, speaking of Kaboom, I think Jay, you don't have your kapow up on the thing there.
Yeah, I should probably change that.
Yeah, so that people know you as kapow.
But it's too late now. They're gonna. So
what's going on, Northeast Mike?
Pizza!
Woo,
Cool.
free
Are you getting a
advertising
haircut?
for Pizza Hut.
We just got our food.
why do you have a towel around you? Are you getting a haircut?
Cause it's cold!
Oh, okay.
DJ left his windows open all last night and it's like 60 degrees upstairs.
Oh, I
And even
forgot
for
you're at
me,
DJ's house
that's
now.
too
I'm like,
cold.
that doesn't look like your shop back there. Yeah, and I said it too, that you weren't home.
Oh, the bulkhead's wide
So,
open.
Jay, you want to catch them up on chat there? Kapow? See what people are saying.
Where are they chatting? Are they chatting on Discord?
No,
Yeah.
it's right on YouTube.
Oh.
Yeah. So I'm going
Okay.
back here. They were talking about your brownies, and then people saying hi to each other. And then, let's see, I'm catching up on this other monitor here.
I closed YouTube. Let me bring it back up.
There we go. There, now we have full volume. Now I can hear you guys better.
Hey, Barricade
Miss you,
said he
Michael.
has a Raiden 2 board. That's cool. Wow.
Yeah, so I affectionately, I don't know if you guys saw it, but I renamed what we did this weekend the New England Nerds 2021 tour.
Nice.
Yeah, I had a good time. It was really good. I enjoyed seeing Jay's place and hanging out with everybody. I got to meet some of you guys in person for the first time too.
But I got to say something about it because I said that to Troy, dude. The fact that we all spent the last year and a half hanging out virtually, when we all got together for real, it was as if we had all physically been together for a year and a half, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, I had no problem grabbing your ass in person, Jeff. It was better than I thought.
I would apologize right now, Jeff, for not grabbing your ass.
I enjoyed every ass grab that I got.
I'm actually going to my TV just to make sure the feed is working. Yeah, it's working good. Good. Cool.
Horatio Del Rey said I would give one of my arms for having MAME 30 years ago. And, going back to the point I said of getting to play some of those titles when we were at Fun Spot, like, I agree with him, right? Like, we all use MAME for that, like for checking the colors on our monitors when we're failing to dial them in correctly, Jeff. And, all that other stuff. But, like, actually playing the title when we were at Fun Spot, like games that, like I said before, like, hey, maybe someday I'll buy a Cheyenne or a crossbow or a fire truck or whatever, and actually playing them. And I was like, yeah, I'm never buying these games, dude. Like, I'll play them in museums, like you said, no.
Yeah, it's a good idea to check the colors with MAME. I haven't looted MAME in probably 20 years. So.
Why are you feeling guilty or something? I just said Jeff.
That's the main reason I have my MAME machine now. Like, when I first built it, I was like, oh, MAME is the best. I'm going to have every single control on there. And I had it's like an aircraft carrier. It's 4 players. It has like dual joysticks per player. It has a flight stick, which isn't even hooked up, a spinner, everything. But now I use it mainly for I'll look at classifieds and say, hey, there's a game for sale. Oh, let me check it out in MAME, see if I like it. And I'll play it. And if I like it, then I'll make an offer and buy it, stuff like that. So what else? Let me look here. I'm looking on chat. That's a great name. It's Horatio Del Rey. I wonder, it sounds like Vanessa Del Rio. Do you know who that is? Do you remember that from the 80s? Vanessa Del Rio. So, yeah, he was on last time. I remember his name. Brian's always on. He's cool. I don't know if you guys still hang out on Tuesday, if you see Brian or not.
Hey, Brian Frober's on. Check that out, dude.
Yeah.
Welcome, Brian.
Hey, Brian.
MAME's a gateway drug into this habit. Absolutely, CC Games CEO.
Yep. Yeah, that's CC Games. That's Kevin, who owns a store, the game store guy on John's Arcade, Video Game Outsiders. Yeah, it's true. Once you have MAME, and MAME, also MAME, you could cheat a little bit. They have the saves. Do you ever try that in MAME? Did you guys realize you could do that? You could hit save and load. So if you die, if you're trying to finish a game, you can just hit load and just start again without dying.
Cheater.
No?
We don't cheat. We don't cheat.
I do that sometimes when I'm, shooting a game or experimenting or something. I want to figure it out.
That cheater bull, you know what?
Now we know how Dell gets all the high scores.
Oh man, that's low because I've never done that on Zookeeper. He's just jealous.
Sure.
So I'm going to tell you guys a story. I've never said this. Troy's heard this a million times, and you guys too. But one of his good friends, Dustin, who was there when we visited Troy, and that video is going to come out eventually. I have to maybe reshoot a couple things because I'm heading to Troy's again. But Troy over here has and I'll just say it out loud, he has a 4,000 foot plus, we'll say, arcade. He's being very humble now. Where his house. You can see it in the background.
4,000 square feet. If it was
square
a 4,000 foot, that's
what I meant. 4,000 square feet.
I'm so tired climbing all those stairs. It was ridiculous.
Good
But
exercise,
anyway,
man.
yeah, so we did a whole bunch of stuff there. So anyway, he has 2 Zookeeper machines. He has like a J-Rock one, which I have, and then he has an original. So I was playing on the original. I said, he's like, yeah, autograph my game. Can you make it, put Dell as the top scorer? It'd be kind of cool having you on the game. So I was like, all right. So I got up to whatever it was, I don't know, 2 million. I didn't do too well that weekend because we were so busy doing stuff. But when I go to enter my high score, Dustin was like, you wanna really piss Troy off? He's like, put in AAA as your initials, and it's gonna stay there forever, and his OCD is gonna drive him nuts, and he's gonna do whatever it takes to take it off there. So anyway, so as we're doing it, Troy's watching me play. He's like, that's so cool. And then I go to put in my name, and I just went, check this out. Dustin told me to do this, and I'm slamming it going AAA. And he's like, no, what are you doing?
Yeah, you can't put no fake little.
Yeah, and then relating to Fun Spot, they went to Fun Spot, and somebody posted a ridiculous score, like 19 million or something, and then it said AAA, and so he joked around. He's like, Del, you were here. Look, you put your name in.
Yeah, we saw it.
This was what, on Zookeeper?
Spot.
Yeah.
We also saw Dad. I mean, you hear the guys talk about Dad all the time. So Dad was on several of the games I noticed up there. So I was like, hey, that's got to be a hobbyist or a collector
you know
that's
that.
playing up.
Dad and ass and
Like,
Well,
Hell.
wasn't Coin Rejects? They were like Dad. They put Dad on their stuff, right? Yeah. So
Yeah.
in one of my games, Ms. Pac-Man, I got a really ridiculous high score. It was over 200,000 for me. That's really good. It was like 230 or something. He actually beat my score. He's gotten 250 plus. One of the guys on the show, but so he put Dad all the time, and I heard about this. So on my machine, it says, you know, you can put like up to 10 characters on that kit that I have on there. So I put Del Rock's Dad on my high score. So that's what it says for mine. Yeah.
Yeah, I was playing my 96 and one today in the basement, because I've been without video games since I last saw you guys for a week, and I happened to notice that Del wrote Del Rocks J on my freaking Miss Pac. So
I could see Troy, like, if you got a score on Zookeeper and put AAA, Troy would get so pissed off he would like wheel the machine out and bring his other machine in and set it up so he didn't have to look.
Well,
But here's the funny
coincidentally,
part. Hold up.
his high score, because that board had some issues where he's fixing the RAM, allegedly, right? The high scores erased off of there, all of them, somehow.
I will say, in Troy's defense, I was with him when Dustin called us on the phone and was like, yeah, man, you're never going to believe what I did. I was in the arcade playing on Zookeeper, and all of a sudden it shut off and it came back and all the high scores are gone. Del's score is gone. So
Yeah.
I was with Troy.
Dustin came over on his own. We were out. Well, I don't know. Where were we? We were
picking up games. We were out picking up games.
And he was like, "Yeah, I came by the house and was playing some games, and all the scores are gone."
That's
And I was
probably
like, "Yeah, you erased them." He said, "No, I don't even know how to do it." I was like, "Yeah, okay."
that's why Troy gets multiple.
Like he's obsessed with Zookeeper. That's like the only game he wants to play when he comes over. He's got 100 other games to play, and he wants to play Zookeeper every time.
Oh, Dustin?
Yeah.
Well, he broke 1 million, you said, right? Finally?
Yeah, he finally did break 1 million.
See? So I wonder if he's using I showed him a couple like pointers. Like he was basically just trying to get the high score at the cost of his life. He goes, oh, even if I die, I got the 250,000 point jump. I'm like, yeah, but if you don't die and you make it to 10 more boards, you can double that, you know, and he thought about it. So I'm hoping he used some of the techniques. I got to ask him.
Oh, no, without a doubt, he was using what you taught him.
Yeah, because he couldn't pass the 3rd level of the bonus. And I said, look, you see that little line in the brick? Just line up to that. It takes some practice, but once you get it, and then it just clicked for him, he's like, dude, I'm passing it now, like without dying. So,
Hey, Bearcade asked a question because I mentioned the Miss Pac stuff in the chat. He says, does Miss Pac, I just lost it. He just basically what he's asking is, does the Miss Pac stock game unmodified store scores after powering off?
Miss Pac does not save, standard Miss Pac does not save the high score, period. The high score save kits let you do it, but in addition to that, you cannot enter in the real game, you can't enter initials. It just has the high score on top, and that's it.
And actually, Brian just said the same thing. He said,
yeah.
Oh, this is hilarious. So Mikey Currington just donated $20 for the money for research into the mystery of the missing scores.
Thank you, Mike.
That's a good one, Mikey.
Yeah, we gotta have Mikey on the show. I know he's fairly local, but he could drive. I mean, we drove, he's an East Coaster. Let's put it that way. So I told him, I said, man, I owe you like a case of beer because like every show he comes on and he catches, he's always throwing $20 at it. So
Maybe
yeah,
he's trying to pay us to shut up and get off the air instead of staying on.
Hey guys, as I told you, the reason why I'm here, I'm working on my storage for all my electronic components, yada yada. And you guys have seen some of the pictures of all the other cuts, but today we spent most of the time working on the CNC files to generate the handles, and I want to show you real quick.
oh yeah, go ahead. Here, I'll put you.
Yeah.
Go ahead. I'll just put you bigger here. Go ahead.
Okay. So this is the final, but this is on a test piece. But here you can see, basically, the handles are routed out of it, so you can just reach your fingers in and pull out the drawers. This is going to be on both the top and the bottom of every drawer to be able to pull out the component drawers. So, yeah, we basically, I actually wrote in code the G code to generate this CNC operation. And we went through several operations to make sure we didn't have tear out, because running the whole length at the end, when it came out, it would rip the wood. So actually what I did is I come out to about here, come back out, go over, and then come in and etch away. So that way it doesn't have tear out. But it's all done now. Now I got to run it 36 times on all the drawer,
Wow,
top of
Mike, you are truly the mad scientist of this group for sure, man. Doing all that cool stuff. So what you're building, you're basically building what they have in Radio Shack, where they have those drawers, right, that come out.
Yeah. Here, I've got all the rest with me. I can show you guys. So at the bottom, there's a guy on YouTube that he designed all this. So I can't take the credit for what I'm about to show you, but I am designing the drawers. But at the bottom of each drawer is going to be this grid, okay? And if you look carefully, these are like little peaked triangles. And so what happens is you can make different things that sit in this grid of different sizes. Now, what I've already printed out a whole bunch of is just the one bin. So if you look right here, this would be to store maybe I could put a bunch of ICs in here, right? And then it sits in the grid. So see, it sits in one of these squares. And the cool thing is, see, if this is glued down, because this will be glued down in the drawer, see, it won't move, right? So I can pull the drawer in and out, and it won't, slide as I close and open the drawer and be all like jumbled. This will stay in the grid, and I pick up the piece, pull out the chips I need, or capacitors or resistors or whatever, and then there's a little spot to label every little nook and cranny bin. So if I were to go with just onesies like this, what I'm building, I can actually have 2,800 bins, which, yes, insane number. But I'm going to have
and it's such a compact space too, so it saves room.
Yeah. So
when are you coming over to deliver those?
Yeah, exactly. Yep. So yeah, all the wood's cut. Just I need to run this on all the handles, and then once I run all the handles, it's just now a matter of biscuiting and gluing the drawers together, and then the cabinet just gets assembled, and then we bring it to my house, carve out everything that's underneath my desk, slide it under, and bolt it in. So,
and then you got to categorize, spend years doing that.
Yeah, exactly. I'll have to spend the next whole year going through all my parts. Yes.
It's funny. I was going through my parts for my monitor stuff, just my monitor stuff. Like I usually get it from arcadepartsandrepair.com. I'm looking at it. I must have spent, I don't know, at least $1,000, because I have $1,000 worth of like stuff between all the cap kits I always have in stock. I have like 6 flybacks. Every time I order stuff, because flybacks are eventually going away, I order an extra flyback just to have them, to keep it fresh. But like I'm looking at it, I'm like, it's a box about this wide, that tall, and it has like a hinge thing that stays open, and I keep it in my closet over there. And every time I go through it, I have everything organized. But I'm looking at it, I'm like, wow, I spent a lot of money. I wonder how much I've spent just on, not arcade parts. That's a whole different story. But like just on monitor repair.
Yeah.
But it does pay off. I mean, you have thousands of dollars in parts, but these monitors aren't cheap and you can't find them anymore. So
And Alistair Fiend in the chat said I printed those out and used them in my desk drawers also. And Barricade said great storage solution.
oh, cool. So that's the plastic ones that you printed out, right?
Yeah. Okay. So cool. Somebody else has done it. Cool.
Yeah, Alistair said that they had done that. They also had printed them.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean,
Alistair Fiend. Gotcha.
of the 1x1 bins, I think I printed somewhere around, 9 times like 5, 6 colors. So I got about 54 of those little ones. But I did just go to Micro Center. I bought a whole bunch more colors. So I'm going to probably have about 10 different colors. And then, I guess we calculated it. If I were to really print out that number of, it would be like 100 and, what did we figure it? It was going to be, no, not what is it? It was going to be over $1,000 in plastic if I were to print all those
Wow.
individual. But
I'm gonna try to get him on screen here. I see him right out of view there. DJ.
I see Kareem behind.
What's up? I see Kareem in the background.
Kareem's here. Yeah, Kareem.
Oh, there he is.
I see you. Wave. There's Kareem. Yep, he's waving in the background. Come and peek. Here comes DJ.
What's up,
And
DJ?
then,
Three Musketeers. There he is. Kareem.
yeah, we're mowing down pizza and talking, so we'll
Nice.
be running the CNC and we'll mute our audio. But
Because sawdust and pepperoni don't go well together. You got to do one
Yeah.
or the other.
It's all
no,
organic.
well, you know how it works, right? When you have a drink down here, you're guaranteed to drink some wood.
That's true. Sawdust.
Hey, so, Mike, now that you're back, we kind of gave a rundown of Fun Spot, and I have a question that'll be both Fun Spot and free play related to like the collective group. So for those of us that went to Fun Spot, what was the game that you were most excited to play that you either hadn't seen it before in real life, you'd never had a chance to play it, or you were just like, holy cow, Fun Spot has it, I am definitely playing this. And then that same question applies for the rest of the group when we went to Jay's. Like, what was the game that you were like really excited to play at Jay's? And I know what my game was at Jay's that I was excited to play. So I'll wait.
Well, the thing is, I was most excited to play the grab Jason's ass and hug Troy. No, it was really, the whole thing really boiled down. It was awesome to be with everybody. And I want to say, really, my favorite games were the same game in both places, which was, we had so much fun playing. What is it called? Pac-Man?
Grab ass. I don't know.
No. It was
Battle Royale.
Yeah, Pac-Man Battle Royale. Yeah, we had such a blast playing that because we were constantly like, "I'm gonna kick your ass," and then you win, and then
I have to say, you kicked everyone's ass in that game, so it was more fun for you. But it was still fun.
it was great.
Yeah, now you screwed me all up because I have to change that probably was, as much as as we all love all the classic games, right? That is a new game. Yep. I would normally not consider it. Well, it's old, but it's it's new.
10, 12 years old.
But you're right. That was a great shit talking game, dude.
It's not 80s. It's not 90s. So therefore, yeah, we can call it new. But you know what? You can really categorize it 2 different ways. One, what was the most fun that you had playing games with your buds? And that would be that game. If we wanted to just say what was the most cool game that you played like by yourself, or was a single player kind of game, as the thing is we're collectors. We have a lot of these games. I think I really enjoyed playing that sub game, the game where you had to drop the depth charges and pick out the sub. What was the name of that game?
Well, we played 2. We played the Atari one.
Charge 2, right? The Atari Depth Charge 2, yeah.
Yeah, we played the Atari one, which I had never even seen before.
Yeah, me either.
Dial the knob to adjust the depth of your charge.
Yeah.
That was cool.
It was kind of hard because you had to both dial the depth and figure out when it was going to, it was cool. I like that game.
Yeah, but I still prefer depth charge better. I mean, when we went over to depth charge, that subwoofer in depth charge was just thumping, dude.
Yeah, from that perspective, I agree. Although I kind of like the gameplay of Depth Charge 2 better. But
Yeah.
the sun awesome in depth charge. I mean, it was
Yeah.
really.
Have you guys seen that video? I just forwarded this to someone too. They were asking about it. Who the heck was it that had? Oh, I think it was Spacey from Spacey's Arcade, Greg, out in Australia. But he
Yep.
loves Space Invaders, and he just released a video on it. But Richie Knuckles, that's one of his first games he ever played was Space Invaders. So he loves the game, knows all about it. And somehow he tapped into two of the chips that are responsible for just the thump sound that goes dun, 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 dun. And he hooked it up to a Crown amplifier and a huge subwoofer. And you could see the subwoofer moving up and down. And he did a video of it going bump, 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 and then going faster. And at the end, it's just going nuts. It's really, really cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
That is
would be
cool, yeah.
awesome to put that mod in there. Yeah.
That
Well,
thump
it's
has got some bass into it, just normal. You know, in a normal cabinet, it's got some good bass.
You know, it
Yeah.
sounds like something I'm going to do then because it's easy. Yeah, because you just look at the schematics because in those games, the sounds are all generated in hardware. So, yeah, you just take the output of that circuit that does thump thump and then put that and, you know, basically wire it off to an external amp and an external speaker. And then, yeah, you got the.
Yeah, you notice in his video he
The
shows
wall.
what he shows the board. He's like, "Here's what I did," and he shows you what he did. You need to do your outrun too. I need to go over there one day and just hook up a subwoofer to your outrun. That's a really
Yeah.
good mod because it sounds amazing.
Back to the question, we can all
Yeah.
answer it.
Go ahead.
Roy, what was your answer?
Well, you know, I was really looking forward to playing Cheeky Mouse. I knew they had a Cheeky Mouse, that Universal cab, because I'm a Universal guy, and that's just a hard one to find. I'll probably never find it. But so I was excited to get to play that. But I tell you, I really like black and white games too, and I really had a lot of fun with the fire truck. You know, 2-player, you know,
Yeah.
fit talking game, and we had a blast. I think competing in teams on fire truck.
Yeah, I like the cooperativeness of that or the lack of cooperativeness. in some-
Yeah,
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
I would,
Did they have Super Sprint, by the way, which is black and white?
Yeah.
Not to cut off Jay. They did.
yeah.
That's the black and white old version of Championship Sprint.
Yeah,
No,
Yeah.
Huh.
Super
I used to
Sprint.
love that game. Yeah.
Super Sprint's the color one.
Sprint
You go
has
for
one
Sprint,
that we need to clean up in the arcade.
Sprint 4, Sprint 2. That's what you're talking, the black and white ones.
Yeah, that's the one where,
Yeah,
like, in the track mode, it would change the tracks.
Super Sprint is the color one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this
So
Ryan-
Sprint 2 is the one I
Drunk
like.
fire truck.
Yeah, I have a Sprint 2 that we need to get working.
Oh, man, I'll be all over that.
Yeah, I've got that and the Super Sprint, which of course you, me, and Jeff were playing the Super Sprint, and y'all were kicking my ass on that one. But,
Jeff is really good. He was playing with his eyes closed. They had it at. He had the 3-player version at. I think Jeff only has the 2-1, but still, you still know the game. You know exactly how it works. So he's taking all the. He's driving like nothing. I'm frantically like trying to get. You know, I know how to play, and I'm like, you know, and he still won no matter what.
I was great at driving backwards.
Yeah,
You know,
that was hilarious.
I think at Fun Spot, the game I was most excited to play was Death Race, because I'd never had a chance to play that before. And every time you ran somebody over, that game screams so loud. I thought that was actually pretty cool for me there. And then
So
at
it
Jay's
wasn't
place,
overrated,
the one
Jay? That game, Death Race, wasn't overrated in your opinion, or was it just on?
was Death Race overrated?
You can-
It was another game I don't think I could bring myself to spend that kind of coin on for that game. I think it's fun. It's got, you know, there's definitely history with that game. There was controversy with that game when it came out back in the day. Would I spend what that game demands? Absolutely not. I can slap my kids around and have them scream the same way. So that's
I never answered the J arcade question. I'd actually have to say, well, again, the Pac-Man was one of them, but I actually enjoyed getting to play track and field against Timmy and beating him in an event. Yes.
He's really good at that game. It's scary how good he is.
He is. He's really good. Yeah, he whooped my butt in every event except one. I'm like, I got him in the javelin.
Who, Tim? Oh, I'll have to play Tim with that.
Yeah.
Hey, on the chat, Mikey's asking if we have ever played the huge sprint style game, maybe like Sprint 8 or Grand Track. They had one of those there we played. I forgot which one it was at Fun Spot. It was a 4-player. Y'all remember which one that was?
I'm trying to think.
It was the ones right sitting in the middle. You
Yeah.
know, had
Oh,
two on one
that
side,
game
two
was
steering
great.
wheels on the other.
Yeah, it had that same top-down view. It was right over by Depth Charge.
Yeah, I think that was the Grand Track. I think
It was near the stairs, right? That's the one we're talking about? Was that
Yeah.
Giant Cocktail?
Yeah, Mike, that's the one.
Yeah, I don't remember what number it was.
For me, I'm not that big of a game player, so it was more about meeting all you guys in person for me.
You're so sweet, Jeff. Can I brush your hair?
And then you see in the outtakes of the video where I put, like, the first thing I do when I go to pay to, like, put my car in the parking spot, I'm like, holy crap, this whole time I've been driving without a license. I forgot my wallet at home. And Jay, thankfully, you know, he had the app and he just paid for my parking. So, yeah, that was nice of him.
Just asked a question in the chat. What game do you regret not playing? I'm guessing, Peyton, you mean not playing it, you know, on either of the arcades you went to?
Yeah.
That was go back to my point at the beginning that I played all the games I wanted to play, but the games I didn't get to play were the ones that were broken that I really wanted to play. So like Space Harrier Deluxe, I really wanted to play it, and I didn't get a chance to. So is what happened.
Hey, I'm going to get back to CNC, but I do have one question that isn't on this topic, so apologize for a second. Jeff,
Yeah.
still check engine lights?
Now,
Is it now fixed?
It's fixed now.
For now.
For now.
Yeah.
I'm on 4 days without a check engine light, so
Ooh, it's a record.
yeah. So it's good.
All right.
And Mike, before you go, I have to tell you something.
Yep.
Are you listening? You're a very handsome man. That's actually not what I was going to tell you. No, so after driving 5 hours yesterday to get to our house in Pennsylvania, driving 5 hours today to get home to Virginia, you would think I'd be exhausted, but instead I decided, no, I'm going to do a bunch of arcade crap when I got home. So my new speaker grill showed up for my System 1. I installed that. I installed more lighting in the basement. I cleaned the monitor in my Rolling Thunder with some of Dell's help because I couldn't get the glass out. And when all that was said and done, I built my Star Wars pinball machine.
Nice.
So
You built
is
it?
put
Really? It's all
together.
set? Is Ray playing it right now?
It's all-
Is that why it's so
He has
quiet?
already
Your
played it.
kids are, yeah, that's why it's so quiet.
when I had to disappear about 30 minutes, that was because they all wanted me to explain the gameplay and how you did it. I was trying to tell them, I was like, I can't turn this on yet. I have to wait for Mike to turn it on, and I got way outvoted by everybody.
Yeah,
in the house.
I can understand. It's
So
I
it,
agree,
That
buddy.
game.
it took about an hour, a little bit over an hour. My son helped me put it all together. But
Where is it?
is
Where'd you put it for now?
Right now, it's right in the middle of the living room.
Oh, so you know the world probably doesn't know the context of that. You'll have to explain to them why, like, you would want to wait for me, but I'm going to go do this. So, because you know we got to do a lot of CNCing. So
Yeah,
Okay.
So Mikey Currington just asked Star Wars pinball. Picks or it didn't happen. So as Mike just said, I'll very quickly explain this.
Well, I'll
and
explain it
this-
in one sentence. Fake bullshit.
Yeah.
Right.
I was
Fake
just
bull-
say that everybody's going to tune out of the channel here in just a
Yeah.
second.
This is where
Fake bullshit.
this is where everybody's gonna watch. Now everyone pay attention. We have 22 watching now. It's gonna go to 0. So Mike helped me get. So you guys have to understand from a context point. Our family are huge Star Wars. My upstairs arcade in our house is completely themed around Star Wars, decorated around Star Wars. Like that's everything Star Wars in this house. So when Arcade One Up, and I hate to even say this word, announced that they were going to come out with a virtual pin for Star Wars, and we looked at it, and the 10 playfields that come on it don't exist in a real pinball machine anywhere. We decided that we really wanted to get this pin, and I am very space constricted in my house, and I didn't want to spend $4,000 on the Data East Star Wars pin the year that my daughter's going to college. So for $549, a virtual pin out of the box that was themed around Star Wars was something that we decided we wanted to try to get. And like Troy and Mike and a bunch of us have all talked about, it is fake bullshit, but it's not fake bullshit in the sense that you can't play these play fields on a real pinball machine anywhere. That they
Well, you can't play a miniature-sized LCD on a real pinball machine either. So,
So Bearcade just said, hope the purchase was worth it. I've played it for 30 minutes, and my initial impression is that it was 100% worth the $549 that the game cost.
That's good.
The quality of the cabinet build, I was actually shocked at how nice it is. It's all real chrome-plated metal legs. Like, it's a really, what it is, it's actually really nice. And if you don't want to go to the trouble and the expense of building a virtual pin for $509, even though it's got the Arcade 1-Up name on it, in my opinion, it's worth every friggin' penny.
well, it does have Zen Pinball, and it's really good. I have, the Pinball Effects series or whatever. I have all those, and they're really good.
Right, yeah. IKEA sells pinballs, but
That's hilarious. Brian says, IKEA sells
yeah,
pinball.
Brian, I have to say, when you build the head box for it, there are actual wooden dowels you have to put in. And I said to my son Christopher, and it even comes with a wrench, just like an IKEA piece of furniture does. I was like, hey, this is like, IKEA pinball. And he was laughing when he said it. But it's for what it is, dude. I thought it's pretty cool, and it will scratch the itch that we have. And my wife, she was so against this when Mike kind of spilled the beans on our anniversary that he had secured one. After she played it and she saw it come on, she loves it. So that's all I really care about.
Yeah, and again, they were really hard to find even now. And the fact that he found one, he just jumped on it, assuming you would want it because he talked about it. So glad it worked out.
Yeah, and Del, if when you see it, you're gonna be like, holy shit, they must have seen our bar top when they built this, because it's themed exactly the same way. It's got dark side on one side, light side on the other. It's got the same chrome T-molding we used on my bar top. I mean, it is a perfect match to my bar top.
That's cool. Well, I mean, the video we did on it is worldwide, so they probably looked on the internet. Who knows?
Internet.
That's cool. So Brian saying a boonga boonga, ha ha ha. A pin flurgan? What's that?
That's your safety word, dude.
Omega Mark's like, Dell is flexing his expensive video card boxes on the shelf. Actually, we would probably do that in stereo if Mike were home, because he has one too. I actually bought 2 of them and mailed one to him. So it was hard. I paid my dues for it. I waited in line overnight. But now, obviously, that you can't even get that now, even if you were to stay outside. They're really, he's talking about the 3080 RTX in the background.
Like chicks who have their Gucci bag boxes in their closet on the shelf with their handbag in front of it.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, Brian wants you to get him a 3080.
Yeah, I saw that. I would probably do it. It wasn't that bad doing it. I just stayed in my car the whole time. The people were really cool who were online. You just signed the list, and then it was freezing outside, so you just went in your car. You slept till 8 o'clock. The alarm went off. You had to check in at 8 o'clock, and then the store opened at 9, and that was it. I just bought my card. But they're not available anymore. Even if I were to do that, I've had a lot of people go, and they're like, I didn't even get one. Like before, it was almost guaranteed you would get one if you waited, but there's no way now.
Yeah, I'll say one more thing about the fake bullshit pin. I think if Arcade 1-Up dumped their cabinets, the uprights, and they just sold these friggin' pinball machines, that is where they should concentrate their efforts, because this thing is made so much better than their garbage upright pretend toy cabs that they should just do this.
Nice defense. Nice try. I'm just kidding. Actually, I had a lot of people that I know complain that, Joe Sabo is a good friend of ours, and even Jeff too, but he does spend a lot of time on the Arcade 1-Ups. I mean, that's where the money's at, right? but he always does these mods for them because it's a huge, huge modding community on that. But like a lot of the times we need art or something, and he's like, "Yeah, that's months out. I can't do it right now," because he's working on all this Arcade 1-Up stuff. So that's the only regret I have about that, about the Arcade 1-Up coming out.
You know, Mike, you just said my second scratch build is a bar top, Space Invaders theme, hand painted by me. It looks absolutely horrible, but it's mine, dude. You're right. It's yours. And that's all that friggin' matters, man.
Yeah. Speaking of bar tops, I have to build. I made space for it over here, but right where that Matrix poster is, I'm gonna put the huge. It's about that wide too. I made a. I got it through Harman Customs, the Neo Geo bar top. That's gonna have real hardware in it, so that'll be coming up soon. And I just have to build it. It's sitting in a box over there, but it's pretty big. But now that everything's pretty much nice and neat, you know, I have to just stop buying games. Is a problem. I end up buying projects.
Stop buying games, Dell. I'm gonna tell a story real quick. Actually, I'm not gonna tell us. Troy and I are gonna go pick up some more games. It looks like.
What?
Yeah,
Elaborate.
This man is a bad influence. He's supposed to be stopping me from buying games, and instead he sends them to me. Hey, buy this one.
I didn't actually say those words. I sent you the ad and said, "Hey, look at this."
Well, apparently yesterday I was messaging a gentleman that was selling a game, and he was as well. And we didn't know each other were messaging the same guy. And I was trying to work out a trade deal. He was negotiating the price, and so apparently we're going to be picking up another game when I go to pick up my Star Trek from Jason. One of these months or weeks.
It's not gonna be once. It's gonna be weeks from now, man. We're going the end of the month.
Yeah, we're looking at towards the end of June to go pick it up.
Star Trek, is
Yeah.
it dedicated or converted cab?
Dedicated.
What the Star Trek?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a dedicated. When I bought it from Jason Kopp, he's been sitting on it for me for about a month now.
Cool.
I think
But you know what? It worked out, right? That we didn't go get it because
this other game came up yesterday, and it was maybe go on there and download some pictures of it.
Did you like the pictures I posted of mine?
18 minutes away from Jason Cops. So why pick up one when you can pick up two and you have a big trailer?
Exactly.
So now, and Mike will get a kick out of this one. It's actually an upright Space Encounters.
Ah.
Wow.
Yep.
That's the one that flashes red.
Beautiful.
And
Right.
it is
Yes.
pretty.
Really.
Yeah, it is
Yeah.
beautiful.
So
Beautiful.
let's reel it back a little bit. We were talking about making a trip to Jason Cops. That's Arcade Jason, right? Like, when did you guys want to do that?
Probably towards the end of June. Like we're thinking about like maybe the 25th.
That's
But I've got to
okay.
talk to Jason and make sure that day's going to work for him. We were just talking about it earlier with Kapow and myself. We were talking earlier today on some dates. So it's a Friday. So if that works for Cop, we'll go up there probably the 25th if you want to go.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of dumb to go down south to you guys just to come back up. So I'll probably meet you guys there.
Yeah.
You know, I'd love to be in, you know, I love hanging out. Like, you have no idea, guys. The people who are watching, just hanging out with people, you know, BSing in the car. Like, I was looking at some footage that we did at Troy's where Jason's in the back doing all kinds of stuff and just being funny and drives. I mean, Mike is almost driving off the road because of the stuff he heard. Yeah, I really would like to sit with you guys doing that whole thing, but I'll probably end up just meeting you guys there where I'll just intersect with you guys once I go to, you know, to Cops. Or maybe part of the way. We'll have to work something out. Maybe I don't know if you're going towards New Jersey or if you just go past that. Do you guys know how it works?
We're going to head northwest from here.
So you're going to cut through Pennsylvania probably, right?
Yeah.
Most likely.
No. Are we,
Yes.
Troy? Okay.
Yeah, we'll be going.
That's right. We're going to head towards
Yeah,
Pittsburgh.
we might hit Pittsburgh pinball. I mean, PA pinball, Ed Beeler's place. We might hit that.
Yeah, this was supposed to be a day trip, like a smash and grab job. Like, leave Virginia 5 a.m., get there. It's a 5-hour drive, 6 hours. load the first game, run the cops, load the second game, hang out, BS, come back. All day long, Troy's like, hey, so this other thing's on the way there. And then this other guy I know is on the way there. So he's like adding all this stuff up. And I'm like, it's supposed to be a 1-day trip. He's like, yeah, but we can stay overnight someplace.
Yep. I mean, if you're going to drive all that way, you might as well make a trip out of it, right?
Well, I thought about that too because Jeff is out there. Jeff Oler. He has I forgot his God. What's his channel? He has like the Barcade. Arcade Hollywood. Yeah. So he'd be happy to have us over there, but that's like another 4 hours away. I said, how far are you from Jason? I know he's good friends with him. He's like, oh, 4 hours. I'm like, oh crap. So there's no way we could do that. And it's I think it's either north or west of Jason. It's not like he's south, so we can kind of catch him on the way. He's further out. So that's like another, 8 hours round trip. There's no way. Yeah. So he has a really nice arcade too.
Yeah, he does. He just built his barn. And then there's another pretty big collector in Pittsburgh that I've been wanting to hook up with. I won't call him by name, but he's got an amazing collection. I'd love to go check. Yeah, I mean, a lot of uber rare stuff.
I do have to say though, the space encounters that he won. First of all, the price was fantastic. Second, the condition of the cab. Like when I saw the pictures of it, I am beyond jealous because mine is not in the condition. Plus, mine's a Cabaret, and it's not even working. Because Mike has it. But when I saw the pictures, and I knew that Troy had previously expressed interest in this game because he had tried to get one. That deal didn't go the right way. He lost out on the cab, and then this thing came up, and I did not say buy it, Troy. I just sent him the ad, and I said, hey, check this out, man. It's a really good price. And then that's when he was like, what do you think? Should I get it? And I was like, sure.
I'll try to download some pictures here real quick.
Yeah, I'm looking now. Mike Currington is saying, hey, he might go flying near the Wisconsin-Michigan border later this year. So I don't know if you can hear me, but Mikey, where are you located again? I forget. I'm terrible with names and memory and all that crap. But if you could let us know.
Words mean things, right? So Mikey said, I might go flying near the Wisconsin-Michigan. Mikey, are you a pilot?
I don't know. Maybe he's doing one of those.
I'm just curious.
Oh, he's south of Detroit, so it's Michigan.
So I just heard Star Wars music coming from the living room. I poked my head out, and my daughter's boyfriend standing at the pinball machine playing.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can't hear it, so that's good. So we don't want to get flagged. They flag it.
Hey, paramotoring. Hey, look at that, Troy. Mikey's gonna paramotor. You should hook him up with Dustin.
Oh, yeah.
What's power moding? Is that when you kind of go like this and you just go? Oh,
Hey,
that's
guys.
motorboating. Sorry.
Well, no, I don't know is that the same thing?
Yeah, Mike.
If you guys want to either highlight us or not, it's up to you. But anybody that wants to watch, we're gonna make a run of one of the handle holders, the handles on the drawer. Any rate, I'm gonna start.
Gonna be blood?
Now. What?
Is there gonna be blood?
Yes, there'll be blood and gore and all the fun. No, it'll just be lots of sawdust. All right, we're muting it.
This is like a Mr. Rogers episode where you get to visit the guy. They always visited like some sort of like factory or something where they show how things are made. Cool. So is anybody in?
I'm more intrigued by Mike's muumuu that he's wearing.
I love Mike's description of what that he said: big wing-shaped chute and a fan on my back.
So Barricade wrote, I'm gay and I know what motorboating is. That was a good one. Yeah, Barricade's really cool. We actually had him on a show where we tried getting it off the ground, but we ended up not being able to fix it with our crappy technical knowledge. But he had a Space Invaders we were trying to repair. So at this point, I think we all agreed we were probably just he's gonna probably send it somewhere to get repaired because it's really probably RAM issues and stuff. But I did send them a logic probe, and I forgot what else. There was something else I sent them to try to help them troubleshoot it.
Yeah, it was a
Hey,
little
Mike,
too
it's-
much to troubleshoot over the air.
Yeah.
Troy, did Firefox come back online?
Man, I haven't had time to do anything other than buy games.
Well, I could see Video Pinball's working behind you. That's the one we fixed, or Jay fixed.
Yeah.
I'll give Jay all the credit.
So,
Dialed
of
it in.
Yeah, speaking of video pinball, Dell, FunSpot had one. And that was actually awesome to see it because, one, it gave Troy some information he needed to do a couple of more modifications to his video pinball. And ours is better dialed in than the one at FunSpot was.
Oh, that's cool. Well, yours isn't out in public getting, beat on by everybody. But yeah, that game was fun. I had played it. I played it a couple times before that. I got to be honest, but I wasn't as into it because it's so different when you're so competitive with high scores that, between you, Dustin, and Jason, I think, you had the high score on it.
Yeah,
So-
that's like
Did
one
he
game.
really just call us out?
Right, like
High
us.
scores. Mr. going around all the games, setting high scores. And then he's like, oh, okay. Oh, Jay's got the high score on that one. Let me go play that for a little while.
It's true. I feel bad. I knocked out most of the scores, but I'm terrible compared to the people that are out there. You know?
I mean,
D-Wags, welcome on, man.
it's all in fun. I love it when people put the high scores on the games and just gives you something to shoot for.
That's right.
Hey, D-Wack
Hey,
just joined the chat.
So here's the thing. I was sending y'all a message earlier on my Space Zap. Y'all all had a little competition on that. Jay had the high score. He knocked me off my high score on the Space Zap. I've got the high scores save kit in there, so it'll save the top 3 scores. And then Dell comes in there and gets right behind Jay, and then I'm back down to number 3. Well, my kid and her friends and boyfriend, they came out here to the arcade playing some games the other night. I didn't even know they were out here, and they ran across Space Zap. They had never played it before, and they figured out how to play it and knocked all of our scores off the machine.
Okay, I could say right now, I guarantee I know what happened. You had one person each holding up, another one was holding down, another one's, and they just all went all at once.
Dude, my daughter, she's 18, but she is badass. She let me see. I took a picture of her last score.
It was
Well,
so
she was
sad.
good.
It was hard. Oh, wait, oh,
Oh, hang on, I'm gonna mute Mike. Hey, Mike. I don't know if he realizes he's not muted. So I will mute. I got you, Mike. I got you. Don't worry.
Go to mute. So I go out there to. She said,
I
yeah,
know I'm not muted.
Oh, okay. Sorry,
We were-
Troy. What were you saying?
I said, so my daughter said, all right, Dad, let's go play this 4-button game together. I said, well, what game are you talking about? And she said, I don't know. I'll show you. I said, it's got 4 buttons and you shoot. I was like, okay, well, Space Zap? Yeah, I think that's it. All right, so we go out here and play it this evening. And we were we were talking about what we would put in as our high score initials, like dad or ass. Well, apparently her and her friends had put, one was P and the other one was poo. And that was the high scores on the game.
My AAA thing was nothing compared to that.
No. I said, yeah, way to make your daddy proud, P and poo. But we started playing the game, and she got 183,250.
On Space App?
Yeah, with me watching her play. I mean, her fingers, she's like the mad woman. Like, her hands are so fast. Like,
I don't like Skylar anymore.
I'm like 183,000. She knocked us all off the board.
Wow.
Got all that.
Yeah,
And then,
Timmy
look,
was saying that we had terrible scores compared to what they do at like free play. you know, they have competitions where there's multiple machines and they just knock everybody out the park.
Well, yeah, you know, and I'm an old guy, you know, so my hands don't move as fast. But you know,
So, sorry, I know I'm interrupting again. Real quick, so this is an actual real drawer front, and there's the first side gun, and it turned out freaking beautiful. So
Oh,
I'm
nice.
gonna flip it over now and run it on this side, and then I'll show you guys again, and then I'll probably shut up for an hour or two.
Looks good.
It's gonna take a while to run all these, but
Yeah, so if you guys are catching up on it, Northeast Mike over here is actually CNCing at his friend DJ's house. DJ actually built that CNC on his own, and he is making a storage shelf for all his like IC parts and everything. It looks really cool. He explained it earlier in the episodes. If you want to rewind later, you can look at it.
yeah, the brain power in that garage right now is a little above average.
And Mikey Carrington asked Mike if the next time we have a meet, can he give a quick tour of his setup? The CNC setup, Mike, that's not Mike's. That's actually his friend DJ's, but I'm sure that he would be willing to give a tour of the CNC setup anyway.
Yeah, we could do that, Mikey. Mikey, you should join us in chat one day. We randomly pick you know, people to do that, and you've always contributed towards the channel, so I say why not? We should just have you in one day and just hang out.
Yeah, that'd be great.
yeah,
idea.
I'll bring the thing over and show you guys a close up of the machine. Like I said, DJ made this. It was kind of just a hobby kind of thing for the fun of it to see if he could do it. And you know, as you guys know, eventually we'll show it really done on the show. But we made barcades. I designed it all in Fusion 360, and then we ran the job and made 4 complete, you know, if you will, like IKEA packed barcades that we've assembled. They're not done yet, but they will be, and then I'll show them. But I'll show I'll bring the iPad over here and show you guys a close up. So this is it's all, and you can see this is a sacrificial top piece of wood you generally use when you do these things, but it's all made out of plywood, and there's a porter cable router machine in here, and you know, underneath is where the computer is and all the wiring and the servo motors and you know, fun stuff. And then of course you need to have a 40-inch 4K television or monitor to run your CNC machine. No, it was because we were writing code. He brought it down. Normally we use this little bitty tiny monitor.
Hey, it's old school. It's 4x3.
Yeah, I want to say that might be a 9-inch monitor, something really terrible, but it works for the CNC. But I was writing code, so we were like, break out the big monitor.
Oh, that's awesome that you guys did that, especially the fact that he built it. I mean, DJ, as you know, right? He did some coding, right? For, is it Doom? No, it's Quake. I'm sorry, it's for Quake.
Yeah.
He did like the I don't even know. I'm talking out my butt.
Yeah, he does the compiler that they used.
Yeah, the development tools,
Yeah.
not the Quake itself.
Yep. And that was because at the time, you couldn't utilize as much memory as you could, and some of the APIs weren't available that they were able to leverage with DJ's port of GCC to DOS. And he continues to today still ports it. It's called DJ GPP. You can easily find it on the internet and read all about it. So.
Yeah, that's amazing. I remember meeting DJ the first time when I got my Outrun. You guys came over. We were hanging out. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, true. There we go. I think that's pretty good. Okay. All right, so I'll go back to mute, guys. I'll show you the piece after we do the other side, and then I'll mute for a while.
Hey, Mikey, we'll continue this conversation. I guess about the. I know you have a whole bunch of questions like what code is he using and all that. Yeah, we'll do that next time you come to chat. He'll probably show you and talk about it the whole time. So.
I actually wrote direct G code for the CNC machine, much like you would for a 3D printer. It's crazy, but it was easy to do what little we needed to do.
I want to say easy for the mad scientist because he's awesome. He makes amazing stuff. And Mike, you got to check out the video. I have some outtakes at the end when you're saying fake bullshit.
Yeah, I'm kind of bummed that I didn't get to watch the premiere with you guys tonight, but I'm trying to get this done before my new job starts on Tuesday.
Oh, you got the job. Congratulations.
Yeah, I start on Tuesday, so I'm not going to have as much mad scientist time as I used to, but we'll see.
Congrats on that, Mike.
Thanks, buds.
Yeah, that's great. Mike was, he called himself retired. He was gracious to say that. But, he just, since COVID and everything, he was still looking. But yeah, he's a brainiac for sure. And we're glad to have him on the team. We call it a team because we're all like doing our thing. It's so weird now that everybody's starting to get out that we're not on Zoom all the time. We're actually meeting in person, which is great.
Yeah, New Jersey, yesterday they went no social distancing, no masks or anything like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I work in Jersey, so I know all about that. But we're still closed. Our facility is only open for essential workers right now because we're just too important for the stuff that we do. So, any other questions in chat? Anyone? Because I think we might start winding down at this point. I'm getting a little tired. I know it's early. We usually stay up till midnight sometimes or later. But yeah, if you guys are tuning in now, you just rewind. I'm going to leave this up so you guys can check it out. The beginning is going to be a little long. Just fast forward past all the slate. I have like this slate saying, starting soon. I'm actually going to cut that out in the future so it's not there, so that you guys can view it without seeing all that stuff. But yeah, so we really appreciate you guys watching. There's about 23 people. There were about 35 at one point. But it's, kind of bouncing off our premiere. It would have been nicer if it directly kind of went into this, but YouTube, for whatever reason, just didn't do that. It wouldn't cooperate. I'm still trying to figure it out. There's really no instructions on how to do it, but theoretically, I was supposed to go straight from the premiere into this without having to click on anything. It just goes automatically, but it doesn't work. I tried it. So, all right. So, anyone else? Any questions real quick before we wrap this up? I'm looking at my monitor here.
We never did hear from Jeff or what he's been restoring this week.
You know what? That's totally true because he just showed us the Liberator, didn't he?
Yeah, we were expecting to see some pictures of that. He's on mute, though.
Yeah, I think he's on a phone call.
No, I'm not. Sorry, I didn't realize I was on mute.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I've been cleaning up a bunch of machines the working machines that have just been sitting around in storage because I'm nearing completion on my additional arcade space. Hopefully I'll have that finished in the next maybe 2 or 3 weeks. And I'll be able to put another 30 or so machines, set up another 30 machines.
So I know you're calling it the GarageCade right now, but what is it going to be officially? Are you still looking for names or?
Nah, I'm not into the whole naming thing. I don't know. I don't do that. So.
You'll get Katie involved. She told me other things about naming stuff. No, I'm just kidding.
Hey, we'll come up with a name for you.
Yeah. Because, I mean, you have Troy with the Cratercade. Obviously, this is Delusional's arcade, which is terribly not original for this one. But for Troy, it's really cool that he has his name, the Cratercade, and stuff like that. But yeah, I think it should do something. Just name it like, what would Jeff Kinder, WWJKD Cade or something, What would Jeff Kinder do? Not name my arcade. Or the unnamed GarageCade. That would be cool.
Yeah. But yeah, I got I've been cleaning up the machines. I got the Star Trek all back together and working, and Liberator, took that all apart, cleaned it, and like when I showed you guys, like I'll just take everything out of the cabinet, wiring harness, power supply, everything, and clean it all, clean out the whole inside of the cabinet, then put it all back in. Just because.
Yeah, but you do the deep clean. You take Simple Green and you soak all the harnesses and stuff and you clean them off really good, right?
Yeah, I'll take the whole harness out and then give it a Simple Green bath and clean it up and then put it, dry out, obviously, and then put it all back in. So I did that to 2. I'm working on champion. I have a champion baseball, and I promised myself that because it's such a lame game, I wouldn't spend too much time on it. But it was like one of my favorite games as a kid. I used to play it all the time. And
Right.
so I've been cleaning that one up. And then after that one's done, then I got to think about Space Fury, clean that up. I got the Galaxian. I got a new, I'm going to paint the control panel on that. That black is wearing, and fix the side of that.
It's in nice shape. It's just the stuff that's painted. It can easily be painted over. Yeah, I did it to Jay's. His looks pristine, and now Troy has it actually, I think.
Oh, and I got the blue team molding too for it too, the powder blue team.
Oh yeah, blue's the way to go. Yeah, had I known, I would have done that. But I just was like, oh, Galaxian green. I want to make it green, you know. But yeah, I can't wait to see that. Are you gonna redo the sides, you think?
No, I'm gonna keep it the way it is.
With Gator on the side?
Yeah, Gator. Yeah.
Yeah, I got a text from my. I'll see if I can bring it up on the screen. My friend Ian, who I actually made friends with him. He's the guy I bought from the millipede from, and I fixed his Galaxian. He's like insanely good at a Galaxian. Like he's really good. And I told him about the Gator on the side. That's a pretty high score on the side. Like it's like 85,000 or 83,000 or something. Yeah, that's hard to get because it's like 10 points per, guy that you kill. So it takes a long time to do that. Yep. And Ian actually texted me where he wrote, he wrote "screw that guy," and he did like a screenshot. He just made me laugh. Let's see if I could find it. Ian.
I'm just reading the text, the chat. Mikey Corrigan. I can't read that right. You mentioned
Currington, yeah.
Currington, yeah. I'm looking at it on my phone. It's real small.
I'm gonna see. So I wrote Ian. It doesn't show any information. I'm just making sure. But see if you guys can see that. I'm kind of putting it on the screen here. I'm trying to focus on here. Just give me a minute. There it goes. Yeah. He goes, I want to hit 100K on level 30, right? And that's his cocktail. And then he wrote on the bottom, Gator can eat my ass. And he got 102,000. That's bonkers. Here, I'll focus on me now again.
Crazy.
Yeah, so we got 102,000, which is crazy. But the fact that he wrote that, I was drinking coffee or something and I spit it out because I just couldn't believe he wrote that. But tough game.
That guy Mikey, he mentioned the attire. I think he's talking about the System 1 row. But thank you for that mentioning that.
Oh yeah, Jeff has the infamous. Here, I'm gonna go ahead and switch this over. Hang on a second. Because I know you're having some network issues on your wireless there, Jeff.
I am? Oh, man.
Yeah, it's good now. It made you really tiny for a second. But I just switched it over. It's saying press Alt. This is it's just Zoom acting up right now.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, so you had Liberator as well? Working good?
Yeah, Liberator's working good. I this morning I was up there this morning working at my parents' house. I got the monitor all dialed in. Nice, everything's looking good.
Cool. Yeah, we had an episode that I recorded that I still have to figure out how to do. I had some audio issues as always with myself, but I did a Zoom thing where we had vintage arcade gal on here, Cassandra, where she was talking about her, like she did all this research and she had a plethora of information, and we invited her in because you had just gotten the game and yours is in really nice condition too. So it was really cool hearing like her input on that and what she knew, like the history of the game and the fact that it was like a sequel kind of, right, to like Missile Command sort of. It's like the opposite of Missile Command, people say. Yeah, it's really fun. It's a fun game to play.
Yeah,
I like it a lot.
It's fun. I like it. I really like it. And it's funny. I forget if I told you the story. One of the other organizers from California Extreme, he has I think it's a prototype cabaret. So it's small. So there's no art on it, no marquee, and it's all just black. It's just a black cabinet. And he would bring it, and this is going back years ago, maybe like 8 or 9 years ago. And all the machines would start coming in. We'd move it around. I'd grab this machine. I didn't know what it was because it didn't say anything on it. I'd put it in place and we'd set it up. And then, it was 2 days of setup. So we'd go around and set all the machines up. And then, the show would start and be walking around and I would forget to look at this game to see what it was. And then the next year would come and then the same thing. Here comes this black mini cabinet. And I'd move it around. I specifically moved, I moved it around several times, several years in a row. And then every year I would forget to look at it and see what it was when we had all the games on. And then finally, after I don't know, it had to be like 4 or 5 years of moving this machine around. I finally I said, I'm going to plug this machine in right now and see what it is. And I'm like, oh, Liberator, I think I heard of this. And I played it. And I'm like, oh, this is really awesome. It's like Missile Command. And then, it was just funny because, I moved the machine around so many times, so many years in a row, and never actually looked to see what it was. And it would always when it was plugged in to see what it was.
Yeah, Troy was saying that he played that at Fun Spot, and he really liked it a lot. Like he's really looking forward to get his going. He said, "No."
He's got two.
Well, he said it was between the two, he can make one that's really nice.
Yeah, I'll be able to build two.
Troy's got two of everything.
Yeah, you got to get that crawl done first, though.
He's got 2 crawls now? Is that what you're saying?
No, he has a crawl that he just picked up. He had all the innards, but never had the cabinet, and then he found the conversion. I think it was Ninja Gaiden or something that somebody converted a crawl, but you can see the eyes on the mark, the bezel. So it's distinctly, like you could tell, it is Kroll, So he just recently acquired that, so now he can build the game.
Troy, what? You don't have 2 Krolls? Well, what the hell?
I know. I was supposed to have one, but it fell through with the original Space Encounters deal from the same operator. But speaking of that, I found the pictures for that. Hold on a second.
Oh, okay. So Tim's trying to log in. I saw him before. I was like, yes, Tim's here. He's actually at Free Play Arcade right now.
Can't figure out.
He's probably not going to turn on the audio, probably, so it's probably kind of loud.
Yeah, he's muted. I think the connection wasn't that great. I tried doing a live video out there last Saturday when I was there on Instagram. And by the way, if you guys want to follow me on Instagram, I'm totally there. Just go to at Dell's Arcade. You'll see it. And, I post pictures and stuff. But I did a live video on Instagram. And on that video, it looked a little blocky at parts because the reception wasn't that great when you go deep in the arcade. So I'm assuming that's what's happening to Tim right now. Because I can see his name, I just can't see him. Oh, he's trying to talk. We got a full screen of Tim Anderson a second ago, just now.
Where are you, Timmy?
Can you see him? It says Tim Anderson. He's making us wait.
This is late-breaking coverage from our man in the field, Tim Anderson.
That Tim guy.
Related to what we just did. Yeah.
Bill, present Troy so his pictures can show on.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I walked away just at the right time, right? So yeah, there we go.
So
yeah, I see Space Encounters now. Yep.
Well, I don't know. Can the chatter see it? There we go.
Yeah, they can. They can.
Oh, there we go.
I just didn't have. I have 2 screens, so I had to present the other side of the screen on my end. It had nothing to do with Troy. Yeah.
All right.
So that's the new machine that you're getting?
Yeah, this is the one we're going to pick up later this month.
Wow.
It's beautiful.
Next month.
That looks so like a TIE fighter, I swear. Like, they say it's not.
Fighter.
Yeah.
I mean, and the white bezel is actually white. It's not
yellow.
Yeah. I mean, it looks like it's missing the
gel.
It's missing the gel overlay for the black and white monitor. So if anybody has a line on a gel overlay for Space Encounters, please hit us up.
Yeah. Or knows how to reproduce them. Yeah.
Hey, Arcade, you're asking the question, is that a Midway? The answer is yes. It was Midway's very last black and white game that they released. And when they released it, the industry had already moved on to color rasper. So it did not do that great in the arcade, although it's actually a pretty fun game to play. As we were all just saying, you essentially fly a TIE fighter through a trench, just like in Star Wars. And it does come in a cabaret version, which I have.
Yeah, Mikey says he saw one of those at a Cedar Point many years ago, but it didn't look nearly that big. I'm going to switch over because he's done presenting here. There we go. Cool.
Troy got it for a great price thanks to a fantastic negotiator.
I guess that's you.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, you know, you just got to do what you got to do. Like, sometimes Troy will, like, not pull the trigger, and then you just get him to, and you basically, the negotiation would be talking him into it.
Yeah.
Well,
You're a bad influence.
I told my wife today, I said, I love spending Troy's money. It's like my favorite thing to do.
I bet
That's
she
cool.
likes it too.
Yeah.
My wife
Hey,
hear that.
Tim's on. What's going on, buddy?
Hey, again, if I sound obnoxious, if I'm in the truck, because I'm in the truck, just mute me, okay?
Yeah, okay, no problem at all. So, real quick, while I was upstairs, I got this unicorn. It's like an IPA. I don't know who the brewery is. It says Back East. It's a India
Oh yeah,
Pale
back
Ale.
east is out of Connecticut, I believe. Yeah.
Okay, but yeah, it says Unicorn Farm IPA, and it has like purple. So the story about this is, I was buying that other Galaga one that I brought to Troy's actually. I don't know if you still have it, Troy.
Yep.
If it's in your case
Otter
or what,
Creek
but you
bonus
could show the
stage.
people. It's a really cool IPA. And while I was buying it, my daughter's going, but I want one. She was with me, right? So she sees this. She loves unicorns, and she saw this thing with purple unicorns all over it. So she's like, oh, I got to have that. So she's like, I want one. I want to drink it tonight. I'm like, well, you can't drink it because you're not a parent. So she thinks long and hard, and she looks me right in the eye, and she goes, that's okay. Let's buy it now. You can save it, and I'll drink it later when I'm a parent. Like if I'm actually going to save it, you know? Yeah, so that's the IPA. It's called Bonus Stage. Yeah.
It's actually really good too.
Yeah. So I got that from, I want to say, there was a YouTube channel where I saw Basement Arcade. There's a guy that lives up in, where does he live that's near? I know he's upstate somewhere, like where he's Nashua. That's where he is. He's actually in New Hampshire.
This brewery is Otter Creek out of Vermont.
Right.
Yeah.
So he's near there
They're
and he
local
got
to
it
New
there.
England.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was actually, I thought it was going to be a gimmicky one, but it's actually pretty good.
Yeah, this one's pretty good too. There's a lot like a grapefruit taste. It tastes similar to that one, the Bonus Stage. But I gave you a whole pack of it because I figured you'd drink some and then you could display some too, you know, because it looks cool.
See what happened, Tim? We've got Dale drinking IPAs now.
I know.
That's it.
I'm not crazy about them, I have to be
Not
honest.
a Corona.
Yeah, I was, due to the coronavirus, I think I drank more Corona than I've ever drank ever, just because like it was funny, you know. But I'll drink like, you know, Yingling. Like if I go to Jason's, Kapow's, you know, we'll have Yingling. So it's pretty good. I like a lot of beers. I like stout too a lot. So Guinness, I'll have Guinnesses all the time. Stuff is pretty heavy though.
Excellent.
Yep. Good stuff.
So Timmy, where'd you coming from? You coming from Free Play Arcade there?
Yeah, I just left Free Play, I don't know, maybe 20 minutes ago, 15, 20 minutes ago.
Was it
Pulled over
hopping
on the
just like
side
it
of the
was
highway
last
to
week?
figure out. Oh, absolutely, man. And I was telling the guys while you were away, there's a line out the door, come in, probably like 7 or 8 people at least in line waiting. Nice steady stream of people coming in through the door. I asked Jay, I said, hey, it's Memorial Day weekend. I'm always skeptical of like what places are going to be like. And he said, it's a rainy Memorial Day weekend. This is a place that people go to when it's raining. So.
Yeah, I'm going to rename you on the air, by the way.
Thank you,
Hear
appreciate
that.
it. I asked somebody to do that earlier, but I don't think they knew how.
There we go. So yeah, we got that Tim guy. If you guys seen his channel, it's pretty cool. Yeah, so I knew that I was talking to Jay, like I left last time around 11:30 at night, and it was hopping right then. And then I told Jay, I said, hey man, I think you're hitting gold right here. I'm like, you know, hopefully we were a good luck charm by coming down and checking it out, you know, and filming everything. And hopefully by re-releasing the video with the new look, because I know John from John's Arcade has done it in the past too. But it's a lot different back then. Like I was looking at it, it wasn't as refined. I feel it's so refined now with all the red lighting and all the neon signs and the way he put everything. He did a really good job on it. Yeah.
Jay's constantly adding lights. He's constantly changing the layout. He's constantly changing the game lineup, pin lineup. You know, you go there 1 month, it's going to be different from the next.
Right. You know, I think it's a smart way to do things. I mean, we know Richie Knuckles. We've been to his arcade, and he constantly, like every time we go there, he's always moving games. Always. Like he likes to keep it fresh. He says, with, you know, to keep people coming in. So that's exactly what Jay's doing, which I think is really smart.
Yeah, I mean, even in our own personal arcades, in our basement arcades, everybody's got that corner that nobody goes to. You put a game in that corner, that's where the game goes to die and then get moved out. You know, it's just a game for whatever reason nobody wants to play. I don't know why. I'll move the game out of that corner, even with my own kids. All of a sudden, I move it out of the corner, they're playing the game. I don't know why. It's just maybe for whatever reason they can't see it, they don't like it. But you know, changing a lineup at an arcade is a great way to get exposure to a game that's been there but maybe doesn't get played.
Yeah, I mean, he said there's heavy hitters that he likes, that a lot of people like to play, like X-Men 6-player. Right now, he has it right in the front for everybody to see it, but he's not getting rid of it. Like, he's actually going to just move it to the back of the arcade later and put some other showpiece in the front for everybody to see. So it's really cool the way he does it. Keeps it fresh.
Yeah.
I tell you, the lineup that they have at Free Play is just amazing. A lot of people wouldn't want everybody playing those games if they own them.
Yeah.
You got an upright Disc of Tron that's beautiful, you know, played well, it's dialed in.
Yep.
I mean, just, you know, timber and just everything.
I played with Troy, right? Timber for the first time. I'd never played that game. It was really cool.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a great game. I would love to have one. I don't want to pay for it though.
Exactly.
I mean, the way he had it too, you'll see in the video, both next to each other, it looks so cool.
The one game I really enjoyed that we all played together was Cosmotron. I mean, I know it's a new game, but like the way that it had that rendered graphics that sort of wanted it to be something that looked like Vector and having the 4-player setup. Dude, I thought that game was absolutely outstanding.
Yeah, I'd like to spend some more time and actually learn how to play it.
Yeah, that's similar to what's that other new game that has like, it's like Joust, but they're playing against each other?
Killer Queen.
Yeah.
Killer Queen. It's very similar. It looks like Killer Queen.
Yeah, Cosmotron to me was like Space Duel on steroids for 4 people and a place to keep your beer.
Yeah, built-in cup holders on that one.
Tammy, does that one get played a lot?
Not as much as you'd expect, but it definitely does get played because it's front and center and you see it when you walk in. I think if people walk in, they see games, and then they go explore.
Yeah.
So you kind of, people find themselves not, the back corner where the hyperball is, that pinball and that whole pinball row, and with all the multi 4-player midway cabinets and whatnot, that section of the arcade tonight was packed.
Wow.
That was
just utterly packed.
Look at it.
that was another fun game. I thought I had never seen one before, but when the 4 of us were playing 4-player air hockey, that was flipping awesome.
Oh yeah,
there were a lot of people screaming at that game. Like I heard like screams and cheers, and I'm like, "What's that coming from?" I'm thinking it's a game, like an arcade game,
By
And it's
Jeff.
air hockey.
I
So it was a
get-
4-player air hockey. I'd never seen that either. Yeah. That
Hey,
thing was
Tim, you
immense. It
can't
was a
see the-
square table.
Hey Tim, you can't see the chat, but Mikey Currington, he's in here saying, once they get done with the game is the game of the month, talking about the 6-player X-Men. He said you could just rent it out as a studio apartment.
Yeah, that
You know-
thing is ginormous.
It is. I used to own one, and I had the body part in the garage, and then I kept the control panel in my house because it was able to fit. I wasn't able to fit the other one. I ended up selling it. But I would store stuff in there because you just lift up the top and like put stuff in, and it's immense. It's like a huge toy chest.
I was going to say, did you put that in your basement?
Oh, here's Mike with his update, by the way.
Yeah, sorry. So we actually noticed that we were slightly off in one direction. So that's what kind of took us a little while. So what ended up happening is, like, when we flipped it, this one would be off a little bit from where the other one was. But now this one's a perfect one. So, but at any rate, there's both the top and the bottom of each drawer. That way you can, grab the drawer from the top or grab the drawer from the bottom, kind of deal. And or if you wanted to grab it both sides, you can pull the drawer that way. But yeah, so this is now one actually done drawer front. Anyways,
That's cool.
Mike,
So to fill in
that's how
Timmy,
I grab it from both sides.
That's what.
excellent.
to fill in Timmy, he's at DJ's house CNCing everything for his storage.
Oh,
For his, yeah, it looks really good. You got to see it. Looks really good. I can't wait to see the whole thing done.
Yeah,
Yeah, it look really sweet.
we're gonna all want one after that, Mike.
I know,
True.
I know. Well, we'll have the file saved. I can generate these handles anytime now.
There you go.
All right, back to CNCing, boys. But it's good listening. I'm hearing it, most of it.
Have fun.
Nice. So let's see. What else do we got to talk about besides we pretty much covered everything, right?
Yeah. Now I'm just waiting for you guys to come help me move all these games upstairs. I've got this big traffic jam right here in front of the arcade right now because of all the games I picked up in the last 2 weeks.
Hey, really quick, if you wouldn't mind, Troy, if you can just lift your laptop and just show like the floor where you're at, so they can see like that coolness
we got
factor of your.
Let me turn the lights off then, if that's the case. Hold on.
I'm gonna mute Tim just for a second. There we go. It just kept popping in. I'll unmute you in a second.
Oh, look, I got the
Let me
shirt on
present
you
them.
gave me.
Hey, Omega Mike, you said whose Xenon is
I
this?
can't see it.
That's Troy's.
Oh, spotlight. There we go.
go.
So basically, this is Troy's place. I did a video on it. I just got to edit and put it together, and then I may go back to film a couple more things. But he got this custom carpet done. You said it was a one of a kind, right, Troy? Like you picked a certain design.
Oh,
or
no,
something?
no. It's available.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah,
But
it's
you picked that
available.
particular style, right?
Yeah, she said it was the first run that anybody had purchased of it.
That's
but,
what it was. Yeah. So I thought you
yeah.
were the first. Gotcha. But as you can see, he has the Omega Race on the left, which we sat in. We played the other day. He has a nice table there where you
Yeah.
can work on stuff. And I shot that arcade. He has black lighting everywhere. It's a beautiful, beautiful arcade. I think he said it was 4,100 square feet total, including the garage, right?
Yeah, if you include the garage and the workshop and all that, yeah.
Yeah, but she built it
But
from the
it's a
ground
whole
up.
detached. It's
Yeah,
a whole
it's detached from his
detached
house.
building. Yeah, from the house.
Yeah.
But as you can see,
Hey,
well,
Mikey-
let me turn the lights back on here. Hold on.
Hey, Mikey Currington, the Omega
looks
Race
good.
cockpit that was in Luna Arcade, that's actually at Richie Knuckles' arcade in New Jersey now.
Correct. Yeah, we played that. Troy,
Yeah.
I mean, it looks fine the way. Well, yeah, that looks good too. That's
So
fine.
here's the traffic jam right now. All
Oh,
these
wow.
games we just picked up. Powell went and helped me pick up a lot of them. We picked up a load of 10 of them, and here's some of them here. The Ghouls and Ghosts is a new one.
Wow, that
Tetris.
looks good.
And let's see.
That's real pinball, not fake.
Cliffhanger.
Here's that's a new acquisition, the pigskin.
Oh, that's the one I was supposed to rebuild. No, that's a different one. We're thinking Cyberball. Never mind. Yeah,
And
pigskin
then,
is cool.
And then of course the Play Choice 10 over there.
Hey, hey, Troy, have you heard anything back from Brian Colin yet?
No, he's still working on it. He's trying to get me a new marquee for that one, and for this one here, the max RPM. This was I've got it all taken apart halfway right now, but this is a fairly rare piece. It's called Max RPM. It is one of Bally's dual driver games.
Yeah, that was another one that I was the negotiator on.
Yeah. And then let's see. I've got a mess in here right now. And this is one I went and picked up. I drove 5 hours the other night on a whim, steeplechase by a Tart.
Oh, that looks really good. I can't wait to play that.
Yeah, it's a 6-player game, actually. 6-player black and white. And I guess everybody just has to, you kind of got to get your arms in there. But it's actually a fun game. I played it at a friend of mine's house down in North Carolina. And ever since I played his, I wanted one. But it's actually in really nice shape.
Right. I'm going to unmute that Tim guy real quick. Hang on. Okay.
So anyway,
then,
so now I need to get all these upstairs.
Yeah, if you wouldn't mind, just show a quick shot of the stairs, just shoot them going up. So basically upstairs, he has all these chaser lights that he got like on the side that they actually do patterns and stuff. It's really cool. And there's a whole nother level up there, and I shot all that and I have to just release it. But yeah, it looks really cool, and it's like I said, it was just built from the ground up, and this arcade, right, Troy, is bigger than your house, square footage wise.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That is pretty crazy.
I mean, I have my priorities, right, so.
Yeah,
Hey,
it's
guys.
fine.
I got a quick thing. I keep forgetting to mention this, and I wanted to mention this on this call, and I forgot to.
Yeah.
So first off, since this is public, we will say it this way to begin with. If no one in this group wants this, then it could go to other people in the public. But does anybody in this group want a bubble hockey machine?
Oh, is Kareem's son going to get rid of the one that he picked up?
Yep.
The checks machine?
Yeah. So think about it, guys. Get back with me. If it isn't, then we'll make it publicly knowledgeable that it's available.
Well, it's publicly knowledgeable now that it's available, but not yet.
Well,
we get first dibs again.
Yeah, we have
because we're live.
Yep, I know.
Yeah.
I know. That's why I said
Yeah.
it's
So Brian Frober wrote checks mix. Yeah. Thanks. Yeah. We'll keep an eye on it. We'll let you know, Mike.
okay.
So I'm gonna unpresent the spotlight for you. So his arcade, I shot everything, and we basically I'm still going through all the footage and stuff. Actually, I shot it before I shot Jay's at Free Play, and I did Jay's at Free Plays because it was a slam dunk for me, and it wasn't as long. It was only a 30-minute video. But George is definitely going to be an hour because he actually took us to his warehouse where he has, all the stuff there. Like he had, like we were saying, like Jeff was saying earlier that he had 2 Liberators. He really did have 2 Liberators in a row. And then, of course, the Universal cabs, which I love. If there's any leftovers that drop my way, right now I have no room. But, down the line when we become best friends, right now we're just really good friends. But yeah, he had like 4 or 6 in a row. It was amazing to see all of them. Plus, he has the Stratovox, I'm going to say, right? The 2 games. There's one in the warehouse and one upstairs.
Well, yeah, no, I've got 2 in the warehouse and 1 upstairs. Yeah.
Oh, 3. Oh, excuse me.
Yeah.
You mentioned the Universal games. That was, I would say, one of the highlights of Fun Spot. I don't know if Troy would agree or not, but when you walk into the main room, you have to go through this it's not a tunnel, but like this small entryway, and they have an entire row of Universal cabs, just like one after another, and they are truly a work of art. Like when you see them all lined up like that, with the backlit glass. That was pretty incredible to see that, Troy.
Yeah, they almost look like 60s games, even though they were what, 80s, right? The 80s games, but they were designed with all this like psychedelic artwork. It just looks so cool.
Well, the designers were on some good drugs, that's for sure.
Yeah, even Mr. Do, which really was kind of pieced together, everybody says, because it's all different. But like that bezel, like right above the monitor there, that has that circle, it just looks so cool.
Oh yeah, yeah. You just can't beat the artwork on the Universal cast. I mean, it's just.
Yeah, I own
I'm a
3
big
Universal
Atari
boards right now. That's my claim to fame with Universal right now.
There you go. And then there was a question in the chat. Somebody was asking about. Oh, it was Mikey again. Did Max RPM and Spy Hunter 2 have the same cabinet? You know, when I picked it up, we started kind of questioning that, but they are different. But Brian Colin did tell us that, you know, Spy Hunter 2 was basically based off the hardware of Max RPM. So it definitely did influence it, but the cabinets there are some differences in the cabinet. They look similar, but they are different.
Right. Speaking of differences, you showed me when we were in the warehouse, and I actually shot this on, the 4K camera. The difference between Ladybug and Mr. Do, I thought it was the same cab, like the Universal cab that's like white with the orange and red stripes and all that. They're really different. Like when you look them, I mean, you had like 6 in a row or whatever it was. You could tell putting them side by side that they're different. The artwork is actually different on them, but they look like, seeing them separate, I would say, oh, that's the same cab. But it's not.
No, if somebody had never pointed it out, I wouldn't have known it either. But you know, we got some pretty heavy guys in the Universal Arcade group on Facebook, and they're just very knowledgeable, and that's where I learned it from years ago. And
Right.
you know, so then I was able to, because I have a bunch of the, you know, the generic looking, you know, Universal cabs, and I didn't know there was a difference. But once you see it, then you know.
Right. By the way, we're getting more viewers popping in now. We have a lot more. We have over 30 people now. So we're getting hot. We might stay on for a little while now. But we have Wayne Sill. He said, last year I bought a Ladybug for $20 Canadian.
Nice.
Wow.
Is that the whole cab, or is that just the PCB? I'm curious. I'm assuming he's saying the whole cab, Wayne. Yeah, Ladybug is my all-time Universal favorite game. Mr. Do is good too. But hey, there's Rob. What's up, Rob?
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, Rob, we're
Rob
live.
is live from Las Vegas, coming right now. We're on the Delusional's Roundtable show, so we usually meet weekly when we can. Now it's kind of like we don't meet every week anymore like we used to, because everybody's out and about and, you know, busy again.
Hey, Del, I'm
Summertime's
going
here.
to show some pictures I took.
Yeah, go ahead.
So, can you guys see this?
Yes.
You can. Okay. So yeah, that was the group of us. This is downstairs in Fun
Hey,
Spot.
if you can, sorry, just to interrupt, can you make it full screen?
That is full screen for me.
Like, can you make it so you don't see your folders on the right there?
There. How about that?
Yeah, that's perfect.
Okay. Yeah, so this is us trying to find a place to take a picture. This was downstairs in the putt-putt course that they have. This area's got nothing to do with arcades. That's us just being stupid. Now, that's Troy and I. That right there is about as crowded as the arcade was the night that we went.
Wow.
It
Look
was
at that row
literally-
of Titles. That's crazy.
It was like literally
Wow.
having it was like having a private party at Fun Spot. So that part was pretty cool. We weren't fighting over games. You know, we're not wearing masks. New Hampshire didn't. Everybody that went was vaccinated, first of all. But secondly, like, New Hampshire had already lifted the requirement for masks at this point. So everybody was just walking around the arcade, you know, kind of business as usual. They do have it broken up into sections. Like, you can see the Atari banner there. You know, that row is pretty much all Atari games, those 2 rows back to back. You can see the title row, you know, the next over. And then kind of the row after that, it was a a bunch of hodgepodge of different titles. And kind of,
Jay, I'm gonna interrupt you for a second because Brian Frober in chat is saying, was Brian Kuh walking around talking about a kill screen?
yeah, there's going to be a kill screen here in a second. Just the five of us showed up, and he was, making it.
And by the way, Wayne said it was the whole game he got for $20 Canadian. By the way, for Ladybug. Wow.
Nice.
Oh wow, that's you in pole position cockpit, right?
Killing it in the pole position cockpit. That's one of the Atari rows. There's also a section of Exidy games down on the end. They had a Rolling Thunder, which I thought was pretty cool since I just got one. Dell, you've got one. They had the Indiana Jones, Marvel Madness, and Roadrunner, which did not really work very well when we were in there.
I've seen a lot of Rolling Thunders lately. They used to be so rare and obscure, but now they're popping up here and there.
When I was up in Massachusetts, I sent an ad to Troy that we just picked this up with the 10 other games last 2 weeks ago, and we just had another one pop up down in Roanoke for $250.
Wow.
So I was actually really excited. I love Atari's games in general. I had never heard of Dragon Spirit before. I'd never seen it. It's a shmup. And it was fun to play. I actually liked it. It was a pretty cool title.
Yeah. That's the same cab as Galaga 88, I think, too, right? I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. I'm not sure. I did play Galaga 88 at free play, though. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
This is actually over in the Universal row. This is, like I was saying, these are works of art, dude. I mean, you have the illuminated back glass. You've got the marquee around the monitor. You've got the header marquee. Like, dude, these are just beautiful, beautiful machines.
Yeah, they are. I definitely have to own a Universal in the future, I'm sure.
Yeah, there's Troy's Cheeky Mouse.
Yeah, I wanted to put that in my backpack.
Nova, this was actually I loved the marquee on this game.
Wow. Some of them, I never heard of that game. The one you just showed, Nova.
Yeah.
It's not a very one. You probably won't ever see it again.
I don't know if you guys can see it, but see this little placard up here that says ACAM. So any games that are donated will have the donator's name on it, like their history, as a call out to how the game got there.
There was a guy that passed away that donated all his games to ACAM, I think, and to FunSpot.
Troy actually had pointed that out on a couple of them where it said, that it may not be the same guy, but at least in respect to the ones that we did see, that there was a person that it was identified as having passed away.
Right. Yeah.
Well, I
think that was great.
They have a whole little corner dedicated to the ones that he dedicated. And
that's
the
great.
name escaped me, but I think I took a picture of it. Let me see.
Cosmic Avenger.
That's a cool looking game. Yeah, there's Troy with his lobster. That's like when you went out to go to eat. They had good food out there too, right?
Oh my God. We had such great food. We played 2 versions of this game in one weekend. This was the stand-up one that had a giant screen on the wall, and then we were at free play. We played the cocktail table version. And you mentioned great food. If you guys go up to Fun Spot and you're in New England, you have got to get seafood. That's a half-pound lobster roll right there that I tore up and didn't really want to do much the rest of the night after. These are just more free play. That's outside of Fun Spot when we got there. We were there till it closed at 10 o'clock at night. And then, so these are just other pictures from the weekend.
Hey, John Clark says that Brian Cuss still hangs out at Fun Spot. He saw him there with Robbie Lakeman the last time I was there. Brian is actually really knowledgeable on the history of games. Yeah, I'd like to meet him too. I've met Robbie Lakeman. Actually, Richie Knuckles is really good friends with him. And I was at his arcade just hanging out one time with Richie, and Robbie was there just hanging out with him. And he was going to take him to the airport or something, but he came down just to practice and stuff. Same thing with Billy Mitchell. He comes there a lot too at Richie's arcade. But anyway, I'm just seeing what chat says. So, Timmy, are you there? I see your... that Tim guy just popped up. Oh, wait. He might be muted there. There we go. We're back. I think it defaults to his screen whenever like you get off share there. Yeah, he said Robbie came to Grinkers one time, Brian's saying. And then Alan's here, by the way. Alan Brady, what's going on? He said Paradise is doing the CP, I guess Paradise Arcade, I'm assuming.
For which
Michael, what's that?
For which game are they doing the CP?
Yeah, I'm trying to. Michael was saying, Michael Mater says, went to 2 different times in Texas and chatted with the old man, and it's lost some of its luster, and a lot of games have disappeared between my visits, and I'm going back up to try to see what they're talking about.
Is he talking about Fun Spot?
Talking about Fun Spot.
Yeah. Michael, I don't know if you had heard some of what I said at the beginning of this. That was a lot of kind of my sentiment. I mean, I loved it. It was great. But I did feel that from what I've seen in previous YouTube walkthroughs and the history of that place, and then finally getting to see it, that I loved it. I'd go back and everything, but it definitely did seem like maybe they needed some help to revive it a little bit.
Yeah, that would be great. What's that?
Yeah, like 50. Like it's been there since like 1953.
Yeah, that's a young kid.
Yeah.
Either 53 or 63.
Because Jay, you were just saying that Jay Leone at at Free Play, his games are in really good shape, but he said he has volunteers come in all the time to help him out, which is great. I'm not sure if Fun Spot has that, where maybe they lost some employees over COVID or something. I don't know. So that'd be a cool video if we went there. I could maybe talk to them and we can go over there and see if we can try to fix some games, and then kind of have like a vlog where we're just like, saying what games we fixed and get really involved in it. I don't know if that's an option or not.
Yeah, I was a little disappointed in a number of games that needed some love, but because I figured they would have had them all working, after being kind of down from COVID, and they would have had time to work on them. But they did a GoFundMe, during COVID, try to raise some money for ACAM. So, and that did help. So,
right.
I'm just glad.
When we were there, I don't remember if it was somebody in our group that had said it. It may have been Mike's friend Jeff. But that topic came up, and I remember somebody saying, it may have even been Brian, that I guess that they've lost a lot of their volunteers and they're only down to like 2 operational techs that work on games there.
Right. By the way, Alan, they were talking about Dragon Spirit. That was the game they were talking about for the overlay. So they said Paradox Arcade was doing Dragon Spirit panels. Because I guess it's a rare game.
Hey, Michael Mater, I see your comment. Old man told you that if not for Bowling and Redemption, that the classics would have been gone a long time ago. So that right there is why the classic arcade room upstairs is now the Troy. What's the acronym? ACAM or
ACAM? Yeah,
it's the
American Classic Arcade Museum.
Right. So they turned that section of Fun Spot into the American Classic Arcade Museum, and it is that part is considered nonprofit. So that saved that floor of Fun Spot. Especially when you consider that it just wasn't making the kind of money that putt and then the redemption stuff and bowling and everything else there.
Yeah, Sprint Star says it takes a village.
It does, and at least one idiot in the village.
Yeah, if we were talking the other day, if we could, let's say we all had unlimited money, funds, and we didn't have to work. We'd probably do this full time, right? Like, we really love the hobby. I could play video games all day, but I like repairing them too. I like finding, I hate pulling my hair out. That's the only part that I hate. But a lot of times you get such great feelings when you can. I mean, all you guys, we all met basically over the internet, except for like Jay. Jay's like my best friend for like 30 years plus. But like Gibby and Troy and Rob and Mike and Jeff, even though Jeff's in my backyard now, we all met through the internet, through this hobby, and if I could do it full time, and get paid doing it, I would totally do it, just to preserve what's going on. And the first thing I'd probably try to do is try to make flybacks. I think that's what I would do, invest in that, because they're going to go away.
Let me show you guys real quick. If you highlight my cell phone,
Yeah. Is it on? Did you connect?
Yeah, I'm on.
Okay,
Okay.
go ahead. Oh, I see it now. Yep. Yeah, go ahead.
Cell phone. Okay.
Yeah, let me spotlight that for you. Where are you here? There we go.
Well, here.
Hey, Scarlet Sprites, thank you for the $5 donation.
Oh, thanks you. That Scarlet Sprites, you got to see his channel. He has an amazing channel. He focuses on a lot of Neo Geo stuff, but now he's starting to get the itch, for the arcades and stuff, and he does a lot of good videos with restorations, and he works on a lot of good Mister stuff on his candy cab. It's really cool. You got to check out his channel. Definitely subscribe. It's really quality content. So.
Yeah, he just did a nice video on putting speakers, upgrading speakers in an amp and his Big Red.
I saw that. It was
cool.
awesome. But yeah, thanks for joining us. There, it's awesome.
Hey, so this is what the drawers will look like when they're together.
That's awesome.
That was nice.
Yeah, it looks
So if
really
people
cool.
are just joining us, that Mike is building a tool drawer for all his components in his I'll call it his lab, because we call him the mad scientist. This guy is totally just a genius when it comes to making stuff and creating things. So he's at his buddy DJ's place, where he has a CNC that he built, and he is cutting out currently all this stuff for that. So cool. All right,
Thank
so
you.
we're back to normal here.
I just wanted to give the update showing you them all kind of next to each other. That'll be what it'll look like as all 9 of the shelves on each side, because there'll be 2 sides of 9 shelves that'll look like that to grab hold of.
And
I think it's awesome.
Omega
Nice.
Mark said that you're in the meth lab, Mike.
Yes. I'm telling you, we're like, did you see us vacuuming a second ago? We're like covered with stuff.
Yeah, I see you're all covered there with the Kaboom shirt.
And hey, Brian Frober says that you look like Princess Leia with those things on your ears.
Help me, Obi-Wan. You're my only hope.
You have no hope.
Yeah, that's true. All right, back to CNCing.
That's funny.
So by the way, the comment he wrote was getting paid.
Yeah, I wouldn't sub to his channel,
He is. You got to see his stuff. You're gonna be there for days watching all his content. He has really good content, very well done, very well scripted. I have to admit that's my weak point, is scripting my videos. I'm not very well scripted. I kind of just do run and gun stuff. But his is very well thought out, and it's really well edited too. So props to him.
Obi-Wan's too
See
busy.
what Mikey wrote? He said Obi-Wan's too busy playing pinball.
Dude, that's all I hear from the other room right now is they're all out there playing freaking.
It's probably
pinball. Actually, my daughter goes, when I went out there before, she goes, Dad, I thought it was a real pinball machine.
Uh-huh.
I was like,
She's calling out
he's
the fake.
still trying to justify the one-up purchase. Well, I'm just kidding. No, I believe you. I think it's a quality machine for a one-up. I think it's quality. People said it's really built really well. And there's Arcade Repair Tips has also a live show, and he had it on his show, and it looked really good, and he's really happy with it. So
Brian Frober wants to know what's on your PVM behind you, Del. It's
this one right here. Can you see that?
Brian.
I'll see if I
Brian.
can zoom in on it. So that is actually the Atomus Wave. If you can see it right here, that's the Atomus Wave running on a Dreamcast. So I have Dolphin Blue running right now on a Dreamcast. Some guy figured out how to port the game, and I'm running a GD-ROM emulator. It's real hardware, but it's a GD-ROM emulator that basically you take out the CD-ROM drive, which I have right here. I can show you guys that. This is the CD-ROM drive that I ripped out of the thing, and I put it. It now has an SD card reader that replaces the CD-ROM drive. I can put hundreds of games on there. But when you do that, you can run games like Atomus Wave. So I have Metal Slug 6 on here as well. I should change it to that, so give it some. But that's Dolphin Blue. You can see right there running. It's a Sammy game, and it's running on the Atomus Wave hardware, but it's really running on my Dreamcast hardware because they're very, very similar. It's like Metal Slug with dolphins. That's all it is. Really cool game. I love it. So
Robert, you've been very quiet. How are you?
I'm good, man. What's going on? Sorry I jumped on late. I was just getting ready to go to Arizona tomorrow, so I was just
I have to
busy
say,
packing and getting
you
stuff
never
ready.
have to explain it, Rob, because you were West Coast time, and the fact that you even come in because you're West Coast time is awesome. You come in every single time, and I really appreciate that.
No, thanks. I enjoyed talking to you guys. So.
Yeah, so
But
now
no,
we can say
nothing's
that
going on.
the dream is real because Rob was a viewer at one point and then became friends with us, and look, now he's on the Roundtable with us. So it is possible, guys.
The bad dream we're talking about, or
Nice try.
Blame COVID. Blame COVID.
Yeah, COVID has been a blessing in disguise with this thing, where the fact that it got us really close, and we were able to really. I have to say, I fixed more games over COVID with you guys than I have ever just at my own. You know, it's just cool. It makes you inspired to do it. And I'm sure Jeff is saying, he's nodding his head, saying, "Yup," because it's gotten him inspired. He's knocked out so many games over this pandemic, just to show us, going, "Hey, I just completed this game in 10 hours. Here you go."
You're doing one a week, man. One every 2 days. It's crazy.
I was about to say, you really think the pandemic had anything to do with Jeff's ability to do what he does?
I was thinking about I have the Gravatar and the Black Widow here, and the Black Widow's got Gravatar art on it, and I have the Black Widow art for it. So I was thinking about I could probably like do the whole thing in one day. I could probably strip it down, sand it, and put the new art on and put it all back together in one day. I was like, maybe I should just do a live video.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say, Jeff. You should do a live stream, epic, like full restoration in one day.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Jeff, we talked about this already. We said that once you get your GarageCade done and we can do some stuff in there, that we would live stream stuff on YouTube at your house, with me just sitting there with a laptop watching the chat with people. Because the thing is, you could do your live stream and all that, but you don't have people. You can't really see what people are saying unless you stop and look at it.
Exactly.
But I can just talk to you while you're doing your thing, because you do that thing so fast. It's crazy.
That'd be fun to watch.
Here's another thing, Jeff, is since all Black Widows were Gravatar cabinets, can't you just take the Black Widow side art and just stick it right on top of the Gravatar and make it like legit?
Yeah, I mean you could, but the cabinet needs a little body work.
That's not the Kinder way, Troy.
No, I just wanted him to say it. That's all.
Not what Jeff Kinder would do.
That's not what would Jeff Kinder do. But that would be the legit way of doing it, right?
Yeah, that's what an op would have done back in the day. They would have just put it right over the top.
Well, that's what the factory did.
Yeah.
Well, that's what makes it a pain to deconvert when you have that
I'm
stuff.
I'm just trying to save you some time, brother. That's all. You can't see the side art anyway. So
I know the machines down here are so crammed together. It's just like, but I know, like I know that it's not done. So even though you can't see it, it still makes me feel better when it's done.
Oh, I know. We know you would never do it that way. But it's fun to get you squirming.
By the way, Jeff, we got to get that Hubot working on. I know you have it all apart and you're trying to figure it out, but we can put it all back together. And that thing is super rare. That Atari 2600 Hubot.
That's something I definitely want to get working. I mean, it boots up, it comes on, but he dies, within a few minutes of being on, which is a shame.
I think he needs to have a new home in the Garcade when it's done, and you can set him up to serve drinks.
Yeah. I have. I do have his serving tray.
It would look really good over here. Like, you have the background of your arcade. I know it's technically fake, but that's how it looks, where you have the aisle. And I could see that thing just going down the aisle, just moving around. Like, you could program it to do that.
Let me, can you present me a second? I'll show you.
Yeah, go ahead.
So
this is super cool, guys. You got to see this. It's amazing. All right, go ahead.
Hang on, wait. I'm just calling up the
Yeah. I'm not presenting till you tell me. But
It'll
if you
blow
guys
the
don't know, the Hubot is a 2600, I want to say prototype, but it's not really a prototype. There were just very few released, and Jeff has a hold of one. It's a whole computer robot that's based on Atari 2600 hardware. So
Well, no, it has a 2600 in it. Here, you could present me now.
yeah, go ahead.
Can you see it?
Yep.
So, wait, it's got our pictures right over the top here. I don't know if you can see that or not. All right. Can you see it now?
I could see Meet Hubot the robot. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's I forget what kind of computer it is. Syscon computers. 28. But it's got an Atari 2600 built into the front of it. It's got dual floppy drives. It's got a car stereo. He talks. He's got a 1,200 word vocabulary. He used the Atari joystick, and you could program his path around your house, and then he'll remember that path. And then if there's something in his way, like if you put a chair in his way, or like a dog or a cat that's laying there, it'll stop and it'll go around it.
I mean, that was amazing for the time. I'd never seen one of those.
Barricade, it's actually a robot, not just a computer. And Jeff actually has it, not just that article.
And I mean, it's 100 pounds. It's heavy. It's not a small thing. I think it's I wonder if it's got the specs. How tall?
Does it run off 2 car batteries?
Well, Jeff, are you able to present that video that you showed us that I posted on Instagram there?
$3,400.
The video that I have of him booting.
Yeah, look how much it was back then.
Yeah, this was 1984. And now, just to put that in perspective, you can get a brand new car for less than that. Back in 1984. Yeah, 44 inches 12. So he was what, almost 4 feet 12. Almost.
Yeah, and how did you acquire it?
Somebody just said what does it run on? 12 volt 50 amp battery. That's what he runs.
I did. I said it was run on 2 car batteries. You gotta jump start the thing.
My mother's cousin he started this company called Hubotics, and this was their first and unfortunately their only product, and it was called Hubot. Back in 1984. But it's cool. I mean, you could play Atari 2600 games on it. It's got it built right in. They took the face off the 2600 and they mounted it into the into the Hubot there.
So let's see this thing in action with that vid if you can pull it up. Let me know when you get it up, and I'll represent you there. I took it off for now.
Let me get the video. Hold on one second.
So, yeah, that thing is amazing. The fact that when we first saw it and he was showing us, do you remember our reaction, especially you, Kapow? You were like, holy crap. And the way he got it, I think he said that your parents or someone knew the owner, and then he said, hey, I have something, do you want it? And he just gave it to you.
Yeah, no, it's my mother's cousin.
Wow. That thing, I wonder what that thing has to be worth. I don't want to say as much as computer space, but it's up there.
Yeah, there's not many of them. I think they made 20 prototypes, and there's only 6 of them that exist today.
I think it'd be worth more computer space probably.
It might be like historically, it's not as significant as computer space technically, right? Because computer space was like the first coin up. But it is probably worth more because, like you said, it was worth, it sold for $34.95.
I bet you it'd be a $15,000 machine if you put it like on eBay or something like that.
Yeah.
Jeff, you should take it to Antiques Roadshow.
What's that?
Yeah.
Take it to Pawn Stars. You get Chum Lee to tell you that it's not worth anything. He'll give you $1 for it.
Because you think about it, it's going to appeal to the computer enthusiasts, to the robotics, to the console guys, and there's a lot of money in that group.
Oh yeah.
By the way, I think Tim fell off the planet, so I'm going to go ahead and kick him. Let's see. Remove. Remove that Tim guy. Sorry, Tim. You just been kicked on the air. He'll come back. I think he'll realize that he got off because I want him to join us, actually. So I don't think he realizes that it's still on. So let me know when you got it all set, and then I'll present it there.
Give me 1 sec.
Because I do have it. If you guys go to my Instagram account, I do have it listed on my my Dell's Arcade thing on that, where I got permission from Jeff to post it, and people were going bonkers when they saw that. So once we get it all set, we'll put it back together. We'll make sure it's running good. We'll do a whole video on that.
Hey,
And then, Jeff, I have to go back to do Thayer's Quest, by the way. I keep forgetting about that.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Because he actually has a real Thayer's Quest in his house. It's a pretty unique game. Jay, what were you saying? I didn't mean to cut you off there.
Brian just made a good point. We had muted Tim. I think we just booted him while he was listening.
He might have been listening, but I did multiple requests while we were on just now to unmute, and he didn't. So I don't think he was by his phone.
Okay.
Yeah,
Just
so I
shoot him
tried getting him back. So we didn't exactly kill him for nothing. Wow, we're getting a lot of chatter here in chat here.
Look
So,
at
you
that
know what it
scene.
is? I hardly do this. I got to do more of these because these are pretty much a lot of. I love interacting with the public and other enthusiasts, and I don't do it enough. But when I get on here, people just clamor. They're like, "Whoa, you're on!"
D-Wags, I'll take some pizza right now. I'd be down for that if you want to have it sent to my house.
Brian, by the way, the Metal Slug, the Dolphin Blue here, you're calling it Dolphin Slug. It is pretty much spot on. Like, I cannot tell the difference. There's a little bit of slowdown in certain parts, but you can actually overclock the Dreamcast, which I already did. There's like some INI file that you enter certain parameters, and it's identical. You can't tell the difference between this and the actual Thomas Wave. So while you do that, guys, while you're waiting, I'm going to quickly change this over actually while I'm here. I'm going to go over to change it to Metal Slug.
Thanks, D-Wags. So anybody have any major plans for the Memorial Day weekend? I mean, here in Virginia where Troy and I are, and I'm going to guess up in the Northeast where Dell and Mike and Jeff is, we're all going to have a rainy weekend is what it's looking like.
Yeah, that's what they said. It's terrible. The weather is going to be really bad. And it's cold. Right now it's 40 degrees outside, 40. That's only 8 degrees away from freezing. That's pretty crazy.
Let's see, it's 54 here.
When I left our house in Pennsylvania this morning, it was 4 degrees and raining.
Yeah, it was 100 here today.
Go figure.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, that's that dry heat. That's not bad.
Yeah, you know what else is dry heat? My oven. I'm not going to hang out in there either.
That's very true. But I mean, I've been to Arizona. I actually liked it when it was like it was over 100 degrees and we're unloading games from trailers, and people were like, "Aren't you hot?" I'm like, "Hey, this is it. I know it's hot out, but to me it feels like 80 or 90 degrees because where I'm from, the humidity it really kills you." So.
Yeah, we're supposed to be having a pool party on Monday, but it's going to be like 70, 72 degrees. Might be a little chilly.
It's not heated, is it? Like, do you have a heating element in there or no?
No.
It is when you pee in it.
That's your pool.
That's Troy's pool. I'll be there Monday, by the way, Troy.
Are you?
No, I'm just saying.
So we do need the pool heated up.
I don't know if you want to heat it up that way.
Yeah.
So Brian's asking, do you have a GDEMU? Yes, I do. So I just showed it earlier that I got rid of the drive. So this is the old drive right here that I took out. It was really simple, no soldering required, and I bought the Mode. It's MODE. And I got it from My Life in Gaming. Actually had a video on it that I saw, and I was like, I gotta buy it, and I ordered it while I was watching the video. So it's pretty cool. So it's just running the demo right now, but it works 100%. I really got it because I wanted to play Metal Slug 6. So works perfectly. Yeah, so that's what's running there now.
Command, the line says, I went to the Anime Expo in LA on the 4th of July weekend, and I got spotted as being Pacific Northwestern by my socks and sandals. Is that really a thing?
Hey, Command the line. I noticed that you had mentioned ground control in Portland earlier. I have family that's from Beaverton and Hillsboro, and so I'm a Oregonian by default. Are you also from Oregon?
Yeah, we got to go to that place once they're open. Hopefully they'll open soon. But it'd be nice to go to that. You know, it's a very famous arcade, and I always wanted to go. Just like I have to go to like Fun Spot. But one of my videos I did, Polybius Arcade. My friend Paul did that. Yotsuya from the forums, from Clav and all that, and BYOAC. He did it, and then like he wanted to make it look really authentic. Obviously, it's a fake arcade. He did it from inspiration, and the address that he has on there on the bezel for the marquee says it has the address for that arcade in Oregon, which I thought was, you know, ground control. He made it look like it's the company that made Polybius, you know, so it's kind of neat that he did that.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. So, Robert, what you working on?
Nothing. Thank God.
Everything's
Yeah,
working?
I have to say you have a beautiful space. Was it Space Harrier? Is that what I meant to say?
Yeah, it's over there.
You ought to show
Yeah,
that.
you should show us, man. Come on, show us what you did. Looks good.
I didn't really have to do anything to it.
I
Thank
mean,
God for
I'm
once.
telling you, you polished it. It looked great when you got it. I admit it, but it looks gorgeous.
Oh
the way
yeah,
you did
yeah.
everything.
I cleaned it up. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll
So-
spotlight you real fast. So you got the sit-down one. That's amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, the guy put these casters on there. They're supposed to have leg levelers, so he put too small a caster on there, so they buckled, and I can't get the casters out of the front, so I got to go over to my buddy's house and we got to crank on this thing a little bit, and I'll put leg levelers back on it. But yeah, like it cleaned up. This was all dirty, you know.
Wow.
So it works.
Yeah, that's such a good game. And you fixed the audio sound. Did you have that guy cap it?
Yeah, Henry at
DB guy,
Sharp
did it
Image
work?
Repair.
I mean, did it fix the problem? Is that what it was?
No. It's just weird how the left channels, the channels are swapped, but it doesn't matter. It's stereo, so it's.
Yeah, but you got
It's
like
fine.
scratchy sounds, but now it doesn't do that.
No. Yeah. Reseating it fixed it. Reseating the
Oh.
connectors fixed that. But since I'd already ordered a cap kit, I went ahead and had it done. Just, it took them like
Might
30
as
minutes.
well. Yeah.
Right. That's what you were saying. You're like, go ahead and just do it anyway. So I did. So I just threw LEDs in here.
It looks
in the
really
front.
good. Inside the dashboard,
then-
right?
Yeah. I just threw LEDs in there, and then I fixed the start button from watching your video. So
All right, cool.
it wasn't too hard. It looks harder than it seems.
Those
But-
things are so pricey if you buy them. They're
Yeah,
at
this
least
thing-
$30 each. Yeah, if you find them, and they come up very infrequently. So
The buttons themselves.
the buttons, yeah, and
Yeah,
they're
I
usually
just-
yellow. So for Outrun, it's even more rare to get them green. Yeah.
Yeah, I had Milestar send me some bulbs, so I ordered a few, those little tiny bulbs. But yeah, it looks great, man.
That's awesome.
I bought one of those, what is it, easy coin ups. So because there's no free play mode on here. For
Oh
some
yeah,
reason.
yeah. Those are good. That's my buddy John does those. He lives in Arizona, so I knew him through the Cloud forums, and then I met him in person. He's really good friends with Paul, who was also a good friend of mine through Zapcon. So it's really funny. He sold a whole bunch of those to the Cradle of Aviation, where I volunteer at the museum for the Arcade Age exhibit. And, when he ordered a whole bunch of them, I actually took a picture of them, the ones in the box that, he ordered literally hundreds of them. And I was like, check this out. He's like, where are you? I was like, oh, I'm in the museum. He's like, yeah, they ordered a whole bunch of them. I'm very grateful. But he creates them himself in his backyard. You know, he just does it himself. Spray paints them. Did you get the ones with the black or the green on them? That button. I think it was
It's
green.
green.
Right?
It's
Yeah,
the,
you could.
yeah, it's
you could
green.
spray
I
paint
painted
them.
it. I did.
Yeah, spray paint them.
I spray painted it last night.
Yeah, he said that's what he does, but he'll get lazy and doesn't feel like doing it, so he'll actually charge people for the black ones. He's like, but just take a rattle can, and that's what he does.
Yep.
He just takes satin and poop, done. Very cool,
Yeah,
man. I love that. I love that machine. I can't wait to play it in person.
Yeah, when you guys come out, we'll do that.
I gotta
Yeah,
get out
I
there.
went ahead and polished up everything. I went and bought a polisher. Like Troy's like, got to get some power tools to that because it came out way better than trying to polish this up by hand.
Yeah, it looks really good.
It was all
I
rugged.
mean,
It was sitting in a hangar, an airport hangar in Portland, so for years. So
wow.
the guy had two of them. He made one good one out of two, and then sold the other one off as a parts machine. And then he moved back east and left this machine in his buddy's hangar, so where it's at. And I was thinking it was just going to be an upright when he messaged me, because I had my Star Wars for trade. I was like looking for a space harrier, and then when I saw that it was a sit down, I was like, ooh. So
Cassandra has the same machine, you said, right? Vintage Arcade Gal?
correct. Yeah, she's been really helpful. Yeah, so she's been helping me out. Any of the little questions that I have about this, she's very knowledgeable. So
That's cool. How are your other machines doing? The Paperboy's fixed now?
yeah, yep, yeah. So
Yeah, it looks good. You chrome that out?
Yeah,
that looks
see,
really
it's
good.
Yeah, see, it's not all like, it was all loose and messed up. So yeah, it's turned out good, man. Everything's working. So I'm
Knock on wood, right?
Actually, no, I should jinx myself. The 720's like shutting off after it's been on for about an hour. I reseated the connectors. I messed with the voltage a little bit. And it was solid last night, but I'm gonna repin the connector. I did the headers on the PCB, but I didn't do the connectors.
Okay.
So
it's really funny that you say it. Go ahead.
No, what'd you say?
I was going to say, you say it like nothing now. Oh, I just got to repin the connectors. I remember way back when, and this happens to everybody. You know, you start out as a beginner and you were like, oh my God, what do I do? I don't know how to repin something. But now, like, you do it all the time. You're like, yeah, it's nothing now.
Yeah.
You know,
it's not too bad. It's not too many wires.
It looks good, man. I can't wait to hang out there and do everything.
Yeah. And then I got the colored DMD in, and then
that's right.
that Mike did for me, and then
that
somebody
the mad scientist
released,
made for you.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then I got an early version of of course you have to color it, so somebody has to do all that work. So somebody over in Europe did it, and I got a hold of thanks to Orlando's Arcade, he sent me a copy of the file. So
wow.
And now I got color. So yeah, it looks good. So it's about 90% done. So
yeah. And by the way, if you guys in chat want to check out Rob's stuff, he has a channel. What do you call it? Just Rob Harker?
Yeah. It's just my name. No,
yeah, just look up.
Yeah, because Robert Harker.
Yeah, go to YouTube, go to Robert Harker, and then you'll see he kind of walks through of the stuff he does. He always says, "Oh, I'm not as good as you, Del," but some of his stuff is really good, and he's underselling himself because he does really good stuff, showing what he does to restore them, and he does show the DMD on that, and that DMD was actually made by our very own Northeast Mike, who ordered all the parts and engineered it and gave it to Rob, and Rob is kind of using it as a beta testing it right now, but he owns it, so
it works. So yeah,
it works good.
I mean, it just kind of goes along. You know what I mean? Just learn as you go. Your channel was helpful. You know, there's a lot of people that are helpful in this hobby. So pretty much, I restored pretty much all these games except the 720. I didn't do anything to with these two. Were completely gutted. And
and
redid
then you have those covers on your pinballs. I love those covers.
Oh yeah, the cat likes to scratch them up.
Pin shield. Yeah, that's why you get
them. Down there.
I mean, those are expensive pins, right? You got what?
Yeah, there's some medieval
Madness.
Yeah, Royal Edition, and then a Willy Wonka collector's. Yeah, so.
Wow.
Nice machine.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, they're beautiful. So
Nice. All right. Well,
sure.
thanks for sharing with us, man. There's a lot of people
No
that have never
problem.
seen that. Cool.
And hopefully, Rob is going to make it out to the East Coast this summer. Hopefully.
Yeah, just with whatever. I don't know if my daughter's going back east or not with the stuff that happened in Belarus. So
Yeah, what is this that happened? I'm hearing all this news about that. What are you guys talking about? When I saw that in chat, I don't understand.
well, there was some type of journalist that was on a plane and they were flying over their airspace, and the government said that there was a bomb on the plane, forced the plane to land in Minsk, and then they arrested the guy.
Oh,
So yeah, so a lot of the airlines have pretty much stopped. Any of the EU airlines have stopped flying into Belarus. They're mad. So I think Turkey's the only one is still flying into there. So
by the way, people in chat are saying that's a nice lineup that you got.
thank you.
So should
Appreciate
be
it.
proud.
So yeah, I showed up on my channel, do little walkthroughs, and then if you like to hear me ramble, I just sit there and babble and just kind of do little rough edits of what I do. All right, now I did this, and show what I was working on, and then the next video will be the next step, and so on and so forth. So it's real rough. It's not polished like yours stuff.
Well,
but
if you ever come down to my area here, you got to help me put in that flooring that you gave me because I still haven't installed it on my outrun. I knew you give me
That's
crap
hilarious.
for that, but I still got to do it. The fact that it works and it works really good, and I'm like, I'll just work on something else instead. But I do have to get my Gap Plus. After playing, I have to say, the free play trip that we just took to Jay's, I played his Galaga 88, and I have that board. I actually bought it. That's the one that was a lot of money. That'll go inside my Gap Plus. I'm like, you know what? I really got to finish my Gap Plus. And there's someone else today that actually wrote in chat, or they put a comment on my video saying, hey, did you ever do that wiring for Gap Plus? Did I miss it? Am I missing it somewhere? I can't find it. I'm like, that's because I never finished it. So I really got to finish that arcade.
dude. You're like, or ADD. You're like all over the place. You'll start
That's
one.
true.
And you'll
I'm
get
always.
90.
I mean, look at me. Here I am. I need to finish that game, and I'm at Jeff's house every Friday working on my Ring King that I just bought because I want that thing out of there.
Yeah, I want it out of here too. Yeah.
Well, you used it to level the floor, so at least it was useful.
Yeah, it's coming in handy, so that's okay.
But I got to get it done. But that should be a slam dunk. We should finish that in one day, I'm thinking, Jeff, including lamination, I think.
Yeah, probably, yeah.
Yeah. So, but anyway, that's another cat I let out of the bag, but I bought a Ring King so I can add it to my arcade. Ring King is by Data East. It's a really cool game I used to play as a kid. And I found one for $50. No, not even. Sorry. It's more than that, actually. It was $75 I bought it for. In really nice condition, and it worked playing blind. So I picked it up and brought it to Jeff's for now so I can work on it, and I'm going to bring it home shortly. So Jeff will be out of your hair soon. Out of your beautiful locks, long hair soon.
That's as long as it.
Bearkey and Mikey Currington are asking Dell to link Rob's channel.
Oh, sure, I could do that. That's such a good idea because I do have access to do that. Let me check it out here.
I got that.
Yeah, it's a really good channel. I mean, he undersells himself, but I think it's really good.
Hey, I've got it. I was getting ready
Channel
to-
stinks. My channel stinks.
And it's high quality. You do it on your phone. It's definitely 1080p or higher, maybe even 4K.
No, I shoot it with the iPhone 11, and it's 60 frames. Unacceptable. You get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
So, I don't know if you guys can see this or not, but I know Barricade is on it. But I have a Discord that I was kind of experimenting with for Dell's Roundtable. I just got to figure out how to share the link. I'm not really good at Discord yet, but Discord allows you to post links back and forth. So not only I can post it, but you guys can post it too. So, okay, here's this channel. I found it. So it's Gumby510. That's what it's listed as. So I will list it right here. This is, I put it in chat there. That is Rob's channel.
Thank you.
Barricade's saying, nice to meet you, Rob. So yeah, he has a really good channel. I like it a lot. I'm one of the few subscribers. I'm just joshing you there, Rob. But when I do watch it, I do watch it. Every time he posts something, I'm like, oh. The only thing you'll see every now and then is like he'll get like a one hole in one shot. I just delete those when I get them.
Yeah, it's my golden tees. It's the account is linked to my YouTube.
Oh, okay. So
So-
every time you get a hole in one, it uploads it. That's pretty neat.
Right. Correct. So, yeah.
Yeah. So like you have like Space Harrier lamp sockets. I'm looking at your channel now. Walk through in under 20 seconds. That's pretty cool. Like all the stuff you have is, I find it useful for me. Oh, look, I just said, I was like, oh, you have 89 subscribers. And then when I clicked on refresh, it said 92.
Oh,
So I got your new subscriber. You're going to reach 100. We can celebrate.
that'd be cool. Yeah, I pick up quite a few like from Reddit. I go on the Reddit on the arcade forum there on the subreddit. So pick up some from there, Twitter, whatnot. It's just
That's awesome. Yeah, all right. So I'm on, looks like I'm on Twitter now, just checking my account just to see. All right, cool. All right, guys. So you guys tired? We're going to probably sign off for now. Sounds like we're all winding down here. We got everything. Did you ever find that video, Jeff, for Hubot?
Yeah, I did. I got it right here. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So yeah, let's do that last, and then we'll kind of say goodbye to everybody. Let me just go here. All right, let me know when you're ready, and I'll present you here.
you need to make me a cool intro, Del.
That takes a lot of work. Even though I did it for this roundtable, took me about 30 minutes to do that in After Effects. But yeah, let's talk themes and stuff, and you could do it. I mean, even if you talk to that Tim guy, I think he paid $5 for his.
Oh, is the one that he did? Okay. Yeah, I don't mind paying you
he
or
filmed
anybody.
it all himself, which you can do. You know, you just film close-ups and stuff of the games, and then he just put together, he edited just back-to-back all the shots that he took, and then put the music underneath, and he had his intro. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
Just send it off to Fiverr for like $5-10. They'll do it for you.
What is it called, Troy?
It's Fiverr.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Fiverr. I think.
Yeah, Fiverr. Just look up Fiverr. And that's a website where they have creative people doing stuff for you. They have samples or whatever.
Troy, did you pick up a new pinball? Is that a Millionaire new, or you just moved it over
No,
there?
I've had that one.
Somebody on Pinside rethemed that to a Donald Trump pin, and they put in like sound effects of him
I
saying his
heard that.
goofy
I
thing.
seen that. It looked pretty
It's
good. It was well done.
hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That
it
would be
was.
cool.
It was hilarious.
Changed it to billionaire.
Yeah.
Yeah. It has the call
Yeah, I
outs.
think so.
Like when
I
you do
think-
certain things, he'll say stuff, you know.
He'll say all his dumb catchphrases.
It's huge. It's huge. A huge score.
That
All
would
right,
actually be
Jeff, I'm ready when you're ready.
Yeah, you can present me.
Okay. There we go.
All
you
right.
forgot to close the porn.
Yeah. Okay. See the screen?
Yeah, I see it. Oh, there it is. Check it out.
So yeah,
This is the
was-
Hubot.
I had another video of me actually turning him on and him going through his boot sequence and stuff like that, but I can't find it. It was pissing me off. So this is, I cut the beginning part of that out, and this is him right as he boots up. But he's got this little light that zigzags back and forth like Knight Rider. But after he boots up, he starts off with this opening thing right here.
Hello, I am a Hubot. How may I serve you? Ready? Save you. Initializing system.
That was just me playing Thayer's Quest there. So then after he boots up there and says that, then he sits at a screen where you could then have some choices like, do you want to do entertainment stuff? And if you hit entertainment, it'll go to like, you'll have options for music or TV or Atari 2600, or you could do typing where you can make them say anything you want. You type out what you want. But he has like a programming mode where you could program him to at like 6 o'clock in the morning, wake himself up, roll himself over to your bedroom and start playing music, or say, "Wake up, Jack."
Should have Mike hack that
I
thing.
would jump up with a bat and smash that thing.
Wake up, wake up, wake up.
That is really cool.
Yeah.
It is cool, man.
But yeah, it's cool. It's just, but what happens is he boots up and then he sits there, and then after like about maybe like 3 or 4 minutes of being on, the screen just starts to fizzle out, and it actually fizzles. Like the letters like will just start to fizzle, and then it just locks up, and you have to turn them off and turn them on. At first, I thought it was like the monitor was getting hot or something. You know, something was heating up, and it wasn't working. It's not. It doesn't. He doesn't work blind. Like when it fizzles out, it just locks up. So I don't
Do
know.
you want to play a game?
Yeah.
War games.
So, but we'll get them working one of these days.
Oh, that's
So,
cool.
related to this conversation that we're having, Jay from Free Play, you know, the owner, operator, Jay Leone, in his house, I've been to his house before because he had Arcade Wednesdays. He actually has an arcade in his basement, and it's named Falcon's Maze,
Oh, cool.
which is related to war games. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was pretty cool. That
Should
was a
mount
really
a
nice.
drink tray.
See, Troy, again, Troy, Jeff, you should name your arcade. Think about it, because you could have such cool stuff like that. You just got to think of what clicks and name it something.
Yeah.
The Dragon's Lair.
I was never.
Yeah, that would be cool.
I was never into naming anything, even like DJing. Like I DJ'd for over 25 years, and you know everybody's got these silly DJ names, and we didn't have any DJ names.
Well, look where it got me. I mean, my name was DJ Delusional. Seriously, I DJ'd at bars and stuff, and then that carried over to my handle that I used on Clav and everything, and then it became Delusional's Arcade. So if people are wondering where that came from, it's because I used to DJ back in the day. Yeah, so cool. So I was trying to bring up Instagram, but if you guys check out my Instagram, you'll see it. I have it on there. I have his full video for Hubot. Just kind of search under my media and you'll see that. But yeah, I'm on there. So oops, I just did something by mistake. There we go. I almost played the intro for everybody to hear. A little too prematurely. So yeah, that's my Instagram account. All right, guys, so we're going to wrap this one up. It's getting late. It's like 12:30 by me on the East Coast. I know for Rob, that's super early.
Not really. Yeah, no, I gotta go put the kids to bed.
Yeah.
So.
Cool. All right, guys. Thanks for joining. Thanks, everybody in chat for joining the chat. We had a great time, talking about all this stuff. And if you haven't checked it out, what I'll do is I'll put a link in the video right now for my YouTube, for the thing that just premiered that I don't know if you guys missed or not, or if you caught it, but I did do a premiere today on Free Play Arcade out in Providence, Rhode Island. I'm looking at it now here on my monitor, and I'll just share that in chat so you guys can click on it. Check it out. It's about a 30-minute video. It's short considering what I normally do, but yeah, it's on there, and that is the premiere, and it's really nice. Let's see how many views I got. I'm curious right now. I'm being nosy. Yeah, it has 235 views, and it's been out. It premiered earlier today before this live show, so that's not too bad. But it is really nice. It's a beautiful arcade, and thanks again, Jay. I thanked him earlier for letting us go there with my friends and stuff. But and thanks to Timmy. I was hoping he'd hop on later, but doesn't look like it is. It's gonna happen. All right, guys, I'm going to play the outro here, and then we're going to head out. Don't forget to subscribe. I'm on the channel here on YouTube, and also I'm on Twitter. I always post stuff ahead of time, so when I'm working on videos and I'm hanging out with my buddies and stuff, I usually post stuff on Twitter, and I also post stuff on Instagram, of course, that I just mentioned. So there it is. I will end this show with the outro that I built, and we'll see you next time. Take care, guys.
Bye.
Later.